It's two teams looking to get the second half of their seasons off to a better start. It's the 3-2 Forrest Rockets taking on the 2-3 Warriors of Marion County here on TC Sports 1.
And good evening and welcome in to the Rock. Murray E. Holton Memorial Field, a beautiful football afternoon. This is what you picture when you think of a perfect football evening.
We sure do like it. From what it's been, went from 100 degrees one day, 2 days later to the 50s. I'm really enjoying it, and I know you folks are at home are too.
We've got two teams looking to maybe right the ship a little bit here in the second half of their seasons. Expectations were high for both, and both teams not exactly where they want to be halfway through this regular season. It's the 3-2 Rockets of Forrest High School taking on the 2-3 Warriors of Marion County. Good afternoon, Troy Cashin. Ricky Sweeney filling in tonight for Noble Mays. Noble out of town, couldn't be with us this afternoon. We'll certainly miss him, but Ricky, glad to have you alongside.
Well, thank you, friend. And you said it, both teams struggling, not their usual strong start, especially Marion County, 2-3 this year. They're usually a powerhouse in their region, and they've had a little trouble getting out of the gate here. Rockets stumbled a couple of times after two opening wins, bounced back last week against Summertown.
Yeah, and coming in here tonight, both these teams want to run the football. They want to establish the run. They want to be dominant with the run. And Marion County, they run that buck sweep. You're going to see it a ton here tonight. One of the things the Rockets are going to have to do and do well is be able to stop and tackle well here tonight. They have been better in the last couple of weeks, but they are going to have their A game defensively tonight if they hope to take down the Warriors.
Yeah, you say your defense, you want to have containment, really, really good containment. That's great. That is good. You need that. But also, you at risk is when that first burst of speed, when the runner cuts it upfield, you better have somebody there trailing the play to help make that tackle right there.
And that's going to be something that we'll watch, of course, throughout the night. Rockets got it together. Ricky's going to have some stats for us a little bit later on and talk about the defense getting more back to those levels from 2021 where they were stingy and gave up just over 10 points a game. That second half was great for them last week. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, a whole lot of other things here on our TC Sports 1 pregame. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll return with more after this.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
And welcome back. As you see the shadows beginning to creep in here as a lot of folks from Marion County have already arrived. Ricky had a few folks that made the journey, and they got here before coaches' teams, and they were walking in when I was walking in about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So they are definitely ready. They've got the umbrellas out across the way, and they are ready for some good football here tonight.
Yeah, proud supporters of Marion County football program, and they are here tonight, and expect a few more before the night's out as well.
Marion County, a deep and storied tradition there in Jasper, won a state championship. Of course, Marshall County fans remember their tussles with the Warriors as Marshall County won a state championship back in 1984 against this same Marion County Warrior squad. They've been good for a long time.
They have, and they look to come in here tonight. They gave us a pretty good licking last year down there, but they were really stacked last year.
Marion County is a school now, Ricky. You think about this. They've won over 62% of their games in football. You think you've had a few lean years here and there, but you win 62 out of 100. You're pretty stout.
Pretty good. That's a great record and great tradition, and they'd love to keep that going.
Marion County has had their way with the Rockets as well. Rockets looking to break a string against Marion County where the Warriors have won 4 and lost none against the Forrest Rockets. The overall score in those 4 games, 155-56. Back in 2009, it was Marion defeating Forrest 20-17 in the first round of the playoffs. In 2015, Forrest, some good teams coming up in these scores. Second round of the playoffs, Marion defeats the Rockets 38-10. In 2016, in the third round of the playoffs, they beat Forrest 55-14. And then last year, as the Rockets went up on the mountain, it was 42-15 Warriors. So in those 4 games, Marion County is averaging scoring 38.75 points per game. The Rockets at 14. So they have been some one-sided affairs, and the Rockets looking to, of course, break through against the Warriors here tonight.
In your first description, as you described them earlier in the broadcast in the pregame here, they love to run the buck sweep, and that's what's got them here. You bring your A game. You just keep running it.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to see. And last year, they had the big offensive linemen. They're not quite as big, but, I mean, when you got guys that look like an NFL line last year, you can be a little smaller and still be formidable. They are definitely young, but they have a lot of talent, and they're trying to pull things together and make a run in this latter part of the season. For the Rockets, they've got to have their A game, as we talked about here tonight, because Marion County will be formidable on offense, and they're trying to get it together defensively. Had some struggles on the defensive side of the football, and so for the Rockets, hopefully tonight they'll be able to use their offense. And as we said, Ricky, they want to be ball control. They want to keep the ball away from you, use their defense, and keep that offense on the field and wear you down if possible. We'll see if that's going to be a recipe for success tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to find 2 teams that will do just that all night long. Run the ball, pass only when they have to, and every now and then might sneak a surprise pass in there. But Rockets, again, just like Marion County, would like to run the football.
And let's take another commercial break. We'll be back to take a little deeper dive into the Warriors and the Rockets here on your TC Sports 1 pregame. Let's hear from the fine folks at First Commerce Bank in the town of Chapel Hill. You continue with your TC Sports 1 pregame show after this.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
And welcome back. As we have said earlier, this is going to be an ideal night for football. Not too hot, not too cold, just right here at The Rock.
Just watching G squared, as Noble likes to call him, Gavin Grissom warming up his strong right leg. He teed it up from the 35, which is a 45-yard attempt, and he bounced it off the crossbar and it went over. So against a really good stout north wind, that's a pretty good kick.
You made me think of something. We talked about it a little bit beforehand. Last week when Grissom attempted the 47-yarder and hit it, of course it got called back due to the penalty, and he had to back it up to 52 where he missed, and that started the conversation last week about what was the Chapel Hill field goal record. So talk to G Square. I was there yesterday talking with Coach Stevenson, and we'll hear a little bit more from him here a little bit later on. But I went to G Square and I said, "Hey," I said, "you're the kicker. You're supposed to know these things. What's the record that you're shooting for?" He said, "I heard it was 50. So he said, "I don't know who, but I heard 50 is what I've been told." Well, this morning, stopped in, breeze in, as I often do in the mornings every once in a while, and saw Mr. Jerry Joyce and Jerry Gentry, and they informed me that the 50 was correct. It was George Tucker from 50 against Lewisburg. They said they thought 1968-69.
That would be about the year. Yeah, that's correct. That's about right.
So we appreciate we put out the call for knowledge, and we always find someone that's willing to fill in the blanks for us.
Yeah, and G Squared's hoping Coach Eli will send him in when the Rockets are heading south, because that wind is very, very strong. So he could get an extra 5 yards out of a pretty good kick. So I don't doubt him using him when we're going north to south tonight.
You know, and it's blowing more across the field now. It's blowing into our face in the press box, which we don't normally have that happen.
No, it usually goes west to east. It's kind of east to west, and a little bit maybe to our right, but mostly east to west.
Man, you think about the change of seasons. We can officially say it's fall now, but you don't see as many pairs of shorts and short sleeve shirts out here. There are some sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts, and people getting ready for the fall weather and that little nip in the air.
It's definitely here.
It is absolutely, as we said, there's just a few clouds in the sky. You couldn't think of a more picturesque setting. It was a really nice setting last week in Summertown, but hey, there is no place like home.
Love it here in Chapel Hill.
With that being said, let's take another break, hear from some more of our fine sponsors. We'll have interviews with players and coaches a little later on here in our TC Sports 1 pregame show.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
And welcome back here to the Rock, Murray Holton Memorial Field, as we continue our pregame look at the Warriors and the Rockets. Special ceremony at halftime that we want to make sure we get a little bit of here for you, as they will be honoring Chad Franklin here tonight, Ricky. And I know you know a whole lot more about the story and doing the games at that time. Let you give the viewers, if they don't know, and there's so many people that have moved into the area, maybe a little bit more of that story.
Yes, 20 years ago, number 85, as we've got his Chad's number painted on the 50-yard line, on the sideline at the 50-yard line stripe there. Chad Franklin, number 85, was a Rocket, a beloved student, very active in extracurricular activities as well as football. His teammates loved him. His teachers loved him. Just a great all-around kid. And before the game even started, Chad had an episode on the sidelines, and folks waited around for a while, and he had some medical attention and everything, and Chad passed away that night, and very, very sad for everyone, his family, and just a great family that have been loyal to Chapel Hill for a long time. And Chad Franklin, night's going to be honoring him tonight, his memory, number 85, Chad Franklin.
And I can remember, of course, we were doing Marshall County Tiger games at the time, and just can remember getting word of that and just how sad that situation was. But really nice that they're going to remember him here at halftime, and we want to, of course, tune in to give you a little bit of that ceremony here at halftime.
Right.
We watch the Warriors and the Rockets continue to warm up here on a beautiful football evening here in Chapel Hill. We'll be back to take a look at more after this.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime? Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back here on your TC Sports 1 pregame show. Troy Cash and Ricky Sweeney. We, of course, have to recognize our students who have done a great job in bringing the camera and doing the board for us as well. Mr. Peter Wilson and Mr. Gabe Hall handling those chores. Mr. Corey Cook will be with us a little bit later on, I think, but we are happy to have them aboard doing a great job, and we're just happy to be able to bring you Rocket football.
Now, this is their 6th game, so they're going to be veterans here before you know it.
I know it. They have really settled in well, and we appreciate how fast they've come along. We've kind of gone a little slow with getting things back in. We're going to put the replay back in. We're going to work on a few other things before the playoffs, and we really want to have a few extra things that we want to break out of the bag, but we're kind of crawling before we walk, and we appreciate your patience in tuning in, and we just are excited about these young guys have stepped up and have done a great job this year.
And it's Marion County and the Rockets here tonight. Marion County coming visitors from the east, down near South Pittsburgh, near Chattanooga. Had a pretty long drive, and they're going to try to take it to the Rockets here tonight. The Rockets are going to have other things on their mind. Both teams, as Troy said earlier, feature a great, strong running game. Rockets, if they win this game, it's going to be. I think it's going to boil down to the defense as they stifled Summertown last week in the second half, allowing nothing. Rocket defense held the Eagles to 54 yards of total offense in the second half. All of their drives, they had 5 possessions in the second half. 4 of those ended with the Eagles punting the football. The other drive ended in a turnover on down. So the Rockets very, very, very stingy in the second half last week, securing the win down at Summertown.
Ricky, you think about Marion and just how strong they have been over the course of the last few years, and taking a look at their season, it's been a really strange ride for them. Start off the season in typical Marion fashion. They squashed Grundy 36-0. Then it was a wild one as they got involved in a 50-47 shootout. They were on the losing end of the Sequatchie County. After that, Tyner, who is always good, they're very strong again this year. They blanked the Warriors 41-0. Dade County, Georgia follows that up with a 27-0 win over Marion, and you don't see those Marion offenses go 2 games without scoring points. That is wow. Really something that stands out. But last week, they got the ship righted within the region. They beat Bledsoe County 14-9, and they come in here tonight looking to make it 2 in a row and kind of start to, they feel like, get back to the Marion of old and get back to the 500 mark and really play for playoff seeding.
Got a question. Did Bledsoe County, like the last couple of years, come on strong? They had a good program in the last few years?
They've had a good program. You think about early in the year, they played Moore County really tough the first couple of games of the season. Moore County started out with Cascade. Then they played Bledsoe, and I believe they ended up beating Bledsoe by 12, if I am not mistaken. It's been a couple of weeks since I looked at that, but it was a really tight game against Bledsoe. And you know they're a pretty good football team. If Moore County, the way they came in here and kind of took apart the Rockets, you're kind of looking at some scores and trying to size them up. But Marion, offensively, they come in only scoring 19.4 points per game and giving up 25.4. So definitely not what we're used to seeing with your typical Marion County Warrior team.
Not at all. They must be playing some stiffer opponents.
Yeah, and they're young. Again, they've got a lot of young guys on this roster. I think they have only 4 seniors that play an awful lot on this squad, is what I've been told. But, you got that kind of youth. They're probably trying to gel together. I think they've had some trouble, as the numbers will say, defensively, but they've still got plenty of talent. Make no mistake, at 2-3, they're not someone you're going to take lightly.
Yeah, I see 34, Chris Kilgore, sophomore, not dressed out, and number 71, a freshman, Bo Gruder. So young guys not dressing out, so I don't know if he got any other injuries. Rockets had an injury last week. Cohen Grissom was not dressed out. I don't know that I've seen him.
He is not dressed again. I was about to say that's something we wanted to point out, but he's out of the lineup again here tonight for the Rockets, and they could definitely use him back in the lineup. The freshman really made himself valuable early in his career. Nathan Bellinger, he's out tonight. Also, Aiden Hendricks is out tonight. Let's see who else. Noah Helmick is out tonight. Let's see. Jared Ross, the freshman, see him on the sidelines. And also, let's see who else we've got. 64, Drew Glover, the sophomore, is out tonight. So the walking wounded continue to pile up for the Rockets. You've got a lot of guys that are dressed here tonight that are still not 100%. So, as the coaching staff said, hey, next man up, everybody gets injuries. We got to see somebody step up.
Well, if you don't have, if you're not, if you enter a game and not having many snaps in the first 5 games, and you're expected to come through, you really got to be, you got to really be ready. You got to fine tune your game right quick. You don't have time to wait, and that's going to be the case here tonight. It looks like again for the Rockets, as you got so many wounded.
Yeah, and for the Rockets, we got a chance this week, and we haven't had a chance to do this throughout much of the season. Had a chance to get to talk to the Rockets a little bit. With the way this season has kind of gone, it's been kind of hard getting an opportunity to get to speak with a lot of the Rockets. And so this week, coming off a win, got a chance to go by, and we're going to talk to Carson Yates. Is going to be our first interview here tonight. Yates has done a really good job defensively, but he's also provided great receiving threat as he and Ryan Hill have really gotten comfortable.
Yeah, I like it when they line up and throw it to him.
And we're joined by Carson Yates. Carson, big win for you last week. You guys had to battle, but got the job done.
Yes, sir. I think it was just that we played as a team and we did our job, and we just went in there and knew what we were going to do and executed it well.
Talk about the weekend practice, of course, coming off the big 2 wins to start the season, then you had a couple of tough losses. Talk about that week and getting prepared for summer season.
That weekend practice, we just had to play as a team and just really focus that week and think about what we were going to do. And
confidence-wise for you, both sides of the ball, really playing well right now. Are you getting more comfortable in your role and just where you maybe don't have to think about it a lot?
Yes, sir. Every game I develop more and learn more about what I'm supposed to do and when to do it and everything.
Talk about your connection with Ryan. You guys seem to kind of know where each other are going to be here.
Yeah,
early
me and
in the
Ryan,
season.
I don't even know when that started really. It's just he just started throwing me the ball in practice, and then we just kind of bonded together, I guess.
This week, of course, big game. Marion County
Yes,
coming in. They're not having the season they want to either, and,
Yes,
and 2 teams kind of looking to get some momentum.
Yeah.
Talk about this one as far as what it means for you for the rest of the season.
Well, we really need this one because we went there last year and got beaten, obviously. That was an embarrassment. But so when they come here this year, we just need to do our job and send them home like they did us last year. And it can send us farther this year.
For you for the rest of the season, what are the goals that maybe you have for this team and goals that you have for yourself to kind of contribute to that?
Well, I'd like to be region champs, and I'd like to, I don't know, just develop myself farther and invest myself more in the team and stuff.
Carson, hey, thanks for joining us, and always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And a great opportunity for us to get to spend some time with the players, Carson Yates. And, we say it every year, these kids are just great as far as how they are raised, how respectful they are, just great young men and a pleasure to be around.
Yeah, we hope that continues. Class pride and tradition is the motto that you'll see on a lot of yard signs in people's yards around Chapel Hill. We hope that, again, continues on.
And while we're on the vein of getting to speak with our players, we had a chance to catch up with one of the team leaders, Tayton Swift. Swift having a great season so far, Ricky. 69 carries, 533 yards. He's averaging 106 yards rushing per contest, 7.7 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. He is having an outstanding season this year.
Yeah, I'd like to see number 2 get the ball and just when he breaks the line of scrimmage, he's a threat to go all the way.
He's going to be up for a number of 2A honors, and most importantly, though, he wants to see his team get over the hump and have a successful last half of this season. They're going to need huge doses of Swift on both sides of the ball for them to be able to do that. Got to catch up with Tayton, and here's what he had to say.
And we're joined by Tayton Swift. Tayton, senior season, having to step up this year and be a leader for this group. What are you telling these guys after you got back on track last week, and are you telling them, hey, we got everything in front of us?
You know, it's hard to tell them that we got a lot more to go because, I mean, we're already half through season. So at this point, it's finding the little things, the little mistakes, and just trying to just fix those in practice and work on them in games. It's a long process, and we're only halfway there. As Coach always says, we want to peak right at playoffs, and I just don't think we've peaked yet, and we've had our ups and downs, and we're going to get there.
It was almost like you guys flipped a switch last week. You had some things go against you, big plays against Loretta and Moore County, and finally had something go right with the scoop and score after you had fallen behind early. Was that a huge momentum factor and kind of got your confidence back as a team?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That kind of just swung the momentum around and kind of got us directed in the right way. We started off a little slow, but right after that, the fumble recovery on the next drive too as well. I mean, and then the big pass from Ryan to Ty, and it just kind of flipped everything back around our way and really helped us gain that momentum and do what we needed to do to win.
Big one coming up, of course, Marion. It's not a region game, but it's one of those games for pride where you know they've been a really good program and kind of see where you measure up.
Oh yeah, it's a big game. They're a good team, obviously. Multiple state championships, playoff appearances. It's going to be a really tough challenge for us, but I think that we'll rise to the occasion and play the best ball that we can.
For you personally, what do you feel like you have to do to take this team to where they want to go, to where you, things that you want to do to improve to help this team out?
That's simple. It's do your job, as Coach always says. You got to focus on what you got to do, and you got to do it to the best of your ability. You can't fix everything, and you can't do everybody else's job for them. If they mess up, they mess up. If I mess up, I mess up. I can't play everybody's position on the field. I got to play my own. I got to hold my own, and pray that we'll all come together as a team and do the right thing.
Hey, man, always glad to have you. Best of luck tomorrow night, and once again, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That young man has had a great career here in Chapel Hill, and he's looking to accomplish a few more big things before he leaves. Tayton Swift.
Yeah, I think so. Wish him well after this season's over, but like to get a little bit more usage out of him before the season's over, and I know he's willing, ready, and able to get it done tonight for the Rockets.
We're going to get to chat a little bit later on. We're in our second half of our pregame here. We're going to chat with Coach Eli Stevenson here in just a few moments, and he had some interesting comments about this week's matchup with Marion County. And, of course, for the Rockets, we talked about offensively. They are, Ricky, even at 3-2, and you think maybe they didn't have a great couple of games against Loretta and Moore County, they are still averaging 6 yards right at it per carry, 5.9 yards per carry on 232 carries, 1,380 yards for the season, 276 yards on the ground per game.
Yeah, I made a note of the 2 losses that the Rockets have. Moore County outgained us 397 to 306 in total yards. 115 of those yards was passing. Rockets a little bit of trouble. Showed up again at Loretta. Loretta outgained the Rockets 429 to 347, and 209 of that was passing. So Rockets, if they can improve with their pass defense, they're going to be in some more of these games when we play opponents that are a little bit tougher.
Tilton Pickett, the young quarterback, only a sophomore from Marion County, they will throw the football, Ricky. They have put it in the air about 10 times a game, which, you know, if you're running the football like these two teams do, that's a good blend, I think. If you can put it in the air 10 times and really kind of keep your opponent off balance a little bit. They haven't thrown for a ton of yards, but just enough, I think, maybe to keep some defenses honest. That's what your goal is. And in speaking with Coach Stevenson this week, and we're going to get into that a little bit more here as we get to chat with him in a few minutes. You know, he talked about the maturation process of Ryan Hill. Hill's thrown for 267 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, completing 50% of his passes, and we're throwing for just a little over 50 yards per game. But he's picked that number up. And, Ricky, I think they're beginning to get a whole lot more comfortable. Not that they didn't really trust him to start the season, but they're giving him a little bit more each game, and he seems to be handling it well.
I like the way the little man throws the football. He's very confident, just throws it in there. Sometimes there's some tight spaces. He had an interception, I think, last week, but, hey, I'm glad to see him take that chance downfield sometimes. He's very accurate, and he's got a stronger arm that you might think. The guy's not really big, but, boy, his heart really is big.
You know, the thing about it is, I think, Ricky, you expect a freshman, you know, they're going to have some growing pains. But, you know, we saw the one play last week that he would like to have back. But you think about it, and that's what I was talking to Coach Stevenson about off camera a little bit. I said, you know, I've really been impressed with him that you expect a freshman to have some times where they're going to be freshmen. Mm-hmm. But I have seen very few of those. That's the first time, I think, last week that maybe he had a pass that he would love to have back. You think about halfway through the season with a freshman quarterback taking all your snaps. If you can say he made one bad decision in the passing game, hey,
that's fine. That's an A+ in anybody's book. We're glad to see him, and he's going to learn from that. I mean, as young as he is, that very play right there, you know he's learned something from.
He's got a lot of moxie. He is not overwhelmed. You know, you see he's stepping into a situation where you got a lot of guys that are expecting big things not only from him but for their team, and that's a lot of pressure to put on a young freshman. If it has fazed him, he has not shown it at all.
Yeah, as a freshman, you got some upperclassmen playing alongside you or in there with you. You know, that says, hey, if this freshman guy can do this, maybe I can do it too. So that might give the team something to look for, maybe a little lift during the game here tonight.
I think they have done very well in bringing him along, and I think maybe too we may see a little bit more of the passing game on display here with Hill tonight as they look to attack that Marion County offense or defense. Marion County has had some trouble against the RPO, against the run-pass option game. Of course, we don't have a lot of that in our arsenal, but, you know, maybe they can spread it out, swing it out of the backfield, you know, little short passes, maybe incorporate that just like a run.
Yeah, most of the teams we've been playing, as we noticed, their defense is within 5 to 7 yards, all 11 players, a lot of times, of the football. So if Ryan can see that defense happening, I don't know if they have audibles or not. I'm sure they do. I can slip one behind everybody and might have a big play here tonight.
Yeah, you hope that is the case. I think last week, Ricky, we were really worried, all of us, in that second quarter when it was 9-0 Summertown, and this team looked like they were dead in the water, but it took the big play from Landon Groenveld on the 40-yard scoop and score. That really brought them back to life, and right after that, they had a turnover, scored after that. Liam Bell took it in. That got them back on what I would say the winning track, got the mojo back a little bit. There was a whole lot more confidence, a whole lot more excitement after that play, and as you said earlier, pitched a shutout the second half, 4 punts, and a turnover on downs for Summertown in the second half.
It sure did. In Summertown, those first 2 drives, they've got a 9-0 lead, and it looks like they're going to do more good things. But then they had those couple of things happen to them, and the Rockets didn't take they just put the pedal to the metal.
We're going to talk a little bit more about next few weeks as we step back into region play. Next week, of course, Cascade coming here. This is the last non-region, we'll say, test for a couple of weeks. We're going to get East Robertson down the line, but you got a couple of region games following these, which are going to be huge matchups to determine just how this season's going to go for the Rockets. They get a chance here tonight to kind of get themselves back on the right track. And, Ricky, if they can win this one here tonight, I think it's going to be a huge, not only mental boost for them, but the confidence that they're going to gain if they can win here tonight, it could propel them into a really good rest of the season.
Yeah, the rest of the teams on our schedule, if they can see in the newspaper tomorrow or hear it on the radio or TV tonight that the Rockets beat Marion County, that'll give them something to think about.
While we've got just a few moments, want to make sure we get in our chat with Coach Stevenson. We'll hear from Coach Eli, his comments on tonight's contest, and we'll take a look around the region here on our pregame with TC Sports 1.
Coach, huge region win for you. As we kind of talked about, it may not be one that you're going to write down that you wanted to paint a picture of beauty to get it, but hey, it's a win and one that you really needed.
Yes, sir, it was. It was a typical summertime game for us going down there. We usually have a tough time when we go down there, tough time scoring against them, and we was just able to get enough points to get the W. What I really liked is we got down early and we kept fighting back. We had a big momentum shift with Lenny Gronveld with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And once we got that, we didn't look back. We came out next possession, and we got a fumble, forced fumble by Riley Durbin, and VP got it and was able to hit a big pass play and go in with Liam Bell to go up by, I guess, 5 at the time. And our kids, they responded well. They didn't give in, and they just kept fighting.
Yeah, I think like we were talking with Carson a little bit earlier about that play on the scoop and score really seemed to kind of turn things around for you. It's like you had everything to that point kind of go against you, and then when you get that, the momentum kind of swung, and you guys really capitalized on it and really kind of got a bolt of energy after that.
Yes, we did. It was huge momentum swing for us, and once we got the momentum, we didn't give it up. And that was a big thing. They were starting to get a little momentum. They held us on a 4th down early on in the game, and they had a good drive with a touchdown. But we stuck to it. We stuck to our plan, and our kids brought it together. And you could tell with that fumble, it brought life back into the team.
This one, of course, you look at it and you know it's always going to be a great matchup. Traditionally, Marion County is always pretty good. They've been really good the last few years, and maybe not having the start they wanted to. And you two teams that kind of go up against each other with some expectations that, hey, we're going to be sitting there at the end of this thing when all the smoke clears. So what do you tell the team, and you know, how big is this for the team?
It's huge to get the momentum going our way. We won one. We got to win 2 in a row. And then leading up to region play. These next 3 weeks are huge for us, but right now Marion County is just as big. We want to get our mojo back, I guess, against them, and get our confidence back.
What are the things that you have to do well? If we talk about this after the game, what are the things that you're going to say we did well tonight to win this game?
One thing we're going to do on defense is we got to stop Buck Sweet. They love Buck Sweet. They're running it probably about 1/3 of the time, and if we can shut down that play, we'll have a great chance to win. On offense, we got to ball control, and when we get down the red zone, we got to put it in and get 7 points. That's one thing we got to do, and we got to win the turnover battle. And I think that is huge for us, and we just got to be able to go play our ball game.
As you said, you got the whole season left in front of you at this point. Picked up that region win last week. Still got a chance for a region title, and this thing looks like it's going to be pretty crazy before the end.
It is. It is. The region, there's 2 teams that are undefeated, 2 teams 0-1, and we're sitting there 1-1. So we still have a chance for the region. We just got to keep playing. We got to go 1 week at a time. This week we got to worry about Marion County, and our kids have a good week of practice, and hope it translates to the field.
Talk about the maturation. You've had some young guys that have really stepped in and played some big roles for you, and really without them at this point, with all the injuries that you've had, this could have gotten off the rails pretty quickly, but they've stepped in and really did a good job at filling some roles for you.
Yes, sir. Our young kids, they stepped up. Eli Bell stepped up. He's playing free safety for us. Antonio was coming in. He's getting a lot of special team reps and spelling us on defense a little bit. And that's key for us. And we just got, if we just stay healthy, injury bugs hit us a little bit, but we can't do nothing about it. We got to take what we got, and we got to play with it.
Coach, as always, thanks for taking your time, and we appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And got a chance to hear from Coach Eli Stevenson, head man here of the Chapel Hill Forrest Rocket program. Eli, 36-18, winning 2 more every time he loses. 67% winning percentage. As I appreciate he and his staff have always been so open and gracious with us, and having access to them and the players, and for us makes our job a whole lot easier. So we thank them for their willingness to help us out a little bit.
Let me say amen to that. What a great staff Coach Eli's put together here. Hope these guys stay together for quite a while. They make it fun for us, and we appreciate their efforts, and we appreciate the Forrest Rockets each year, year in, year out.
All right, we're going to do a little cash and cleanup segment here really quickly. First of all, I want to say if we've learned anything in the years that we've been doing these broadcasts, Ricky, it's how to eat quickly. We want to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we want to send out a shout out to the Chapel Hill Touchdown Association as they're running the concession stand. And if you make it out here, it is well worth your while to go down, check out the hamburgers. They've got barbecue sandwiches. Of course, that helps support the Forrest football program. They do a wonderful job with that. And, of course, the ladies there, they spend some long hours. They get here early, working on making sure everything's done, and they do a great job down there. So if you're at the game, I encourage you to stop down and support the Chapel Hill Touchdown Association at the concession stand. You won't be disappointed.
That's great. I knew you mentioned the ladies. I didn't know they had any men down there. It's always the ladies to get things done. If you want to get something done, ask a busy lady, and you'll get it done. We appreciate their efforts very much.
Yes, and they baby us pretty well, so we definitely want to thank them for that. Also, do want to mention we are going to have, and we are very excited about this, we're going to have our first middle school broadcast for you Thursday night. The Rockets will play for the championship as they will take on Fayetteville. And that's become quite a rivalry between the Fayetteville Middle School Tigers and the Middle School Rockets. So they get to renew that rivalry. Rockets undefeated. They defeated Fayetteville early in the season, but the Tigers, as you see at the high school level, they got a lot of talent coming through the ranks, and we're very excited to bring that to you. We'll begin our broadcast around 6 o'clock on Thursday evening. For kickoff is at 6:30, so we encourage you to join us. We'll have it posted, of course, on the website where you can go to the link and click on and support the Middle School Rockets as we see the future for the high school Rockets a little bit early, Ricky.
That's right. And I think we got a fish fry next week as well for another fundraiser for the Rockets.
Most definitely. September the 30th, our great friends at Apex Bank, they will take care of the festivities of 6th Annual Forrest Fish Fry. Get your tickets. I saw Miss Connie down at the gate. If you're here, of course, you can stop by and check it out. If you're watching right now, you got a friend at the game, say, hey, go down and get me a ticket. Pick me up a fish fry ticket. It'll be well worth it. $12. Of course, that will give you a great dinner. Get a chance for you from 5 until 7 to meet with the other Rocket fans, have a little tailgate, and then you're ready for action as it will be Cascade coming into town. And, of course, that should give you every reason to come out. There's not a lot of love lost between the two.
No, they're not one of the Rockets' opponents from 50, 60 years ago, but, boy, they've become one that's a rivalry that, you, like you said, you don't want to miss it because, boy, it's like a bullfight or two bucks fighting in the woods over their territory. They're going to go at it tooth and nail. It
will be a great matchup. And, Ricky, that leads us into this. Let's take a look around the region tonight. Next week really is setting up to be a key matchup because the way things look right now, whoever wins that game is going to find themselves in the playoffs, and whoever loses that game is going to be on the outside looking in. And that means if you're the Rockets and you do lose next week, it's going to be a tough road as you've got Richland and Mount Pleasant to go, and you'd have to beat one, if not both of those teams to make it into the playoffs. So next week will be a pivotal matchup for the Rockets.
Yeah, and Richland and Mount Pleasant both are going to be really, really, really tough games for anybody to win. Those guys have found something this year down there, those two schools.
We'll take a look at the region matchups tonight. Cascade, the champions, of course, our opponent next week. They're 2-3 on the season. They get their annual romp over Community tonight, more than likely. The Vikings at 1-3, and Cascade has owned that county rivalry as of late. Also, Lewis County, Coach Bobby Sharp, of course, in Columbia this season. as we'll talk about them in just a minute. Lewis County's 4-1. They will travel to the Reeling Mustangs of Loretta after defeating the Rockets. I think they kind of forgot that they had still more season to play. They haven't been very sharp the last couple of weeks. The Mustangs now 2-3 on the season as they take on Lewis County, but that one down in Loretta. Also tonight, homecoming for Summertown. The Eagles 1-4 after that 17-9 loss to the Rockets last week. They will take on Ezell Harding, who is 2-3 on the season. That one in Summertown. Talked about Richland. The Raiders 4-0. They will head out to West Tennessee to take on FACS, who is 2-3. More than likely after that one, Richland's going to be 5-0. Also, Mount Pleasant 4-0. The Tigers rolling right now. They will take on county rival Columbia in Columbia tonight. The Lions only 1-4, having a rough start under Coach Bobby Sharp, but they've been in a couple of games, lost a couple of tight ones. But for Mount Pleasant, that's a tough matchup going out of the region and having to play that kind of competition, those kind of athletes. You hope for them. Mount Pleasant hoping, hey, we don't get anybody hurt tonight.
Yeah, that's playing a big school like that. That's going to be interesting. I want to see that score after our game's over tonight.
Yeah, we'll try to keep you updated at halftime. We'll run through a few of the scores of local interest, but that is what is going on around the region as we get set for a great night of football tonight. We've got a fine one for you. It is Marion County and the Forrest Rockets here on TC Sports 1.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Oh, it's out there. And welcome back as we get set for the Rockets and the Warriors here this evening on TC Sports 1. And Ricky, keys to tonight, we're going to talk about defense. Both of these teams, the Rockets come in tonight averaging almost 31 points a game. They're giving up almost 26. You think about their offense being good. Marion County's offense traditionally really good. But I think it's going to be the defenses tonight that are going to tell the story. Both of these teams need their defenses to step up against excellent offensive units tonight. And for this Rocket team, second half, much more like 2021. Let's hope they can continue that here tonight.
Yeah, it showed up last week in the second half. They got to do it again tonight. Evidently, Marion County has trouble with their defense as well. I see those big numbers that you mentioned earlier about the points that they're giving up. So, maybe a little suspect in the defense. Rockets with a great offense. We may have a 41-40 game here tonight.
Yeah, you think about it, two clunkers for each team. You think about Sequatchie putting up 50, Tyner putting up 41 on Marion County. 91 points in two games. Well, the Rockets had their 90-point mulligan for a couple of games with Moore County putting up 46 and Loretta putting up 44. These teams looking to, of course, continue what they did on the defensive side last week. Both teams giving up only 9 points to their opposition. It was Marion County giving up 9 to Bledsoe County, Forrest giving up 9 to Summertown. The defense that wins tonight is going to be the team that wins tonight.
Yeah, it's like taking your car in for a tune-up. I think both of these coaches have tuned up their defense at last week's count.
Yeah, and let's hope for the Rockets. Like you say, that 2021 defense is the one that shows up here tonight. They've had a bevy of injuries. They hope that they have got everyone kind of squared away, gotten them back into position, and maybe moved and shuffled and kind of reshuffled a time or two, and maybe put the guys that where they need to be in these defense to get them back rolling again. We saw the freshman Eli Bell back in the secondary at safety, and he's been an important cog to kind of get that secondary shored back up after the loss of Brenton Burchell early in the season, and that was a huge loss for this team. We talked about what offensive prowess he has, but defensively he was pretty much on a lockdown for one side of the field.
And a couple of the Rocket losses, the turnovers, Rockets gave up points off turnovers. Can't do that here tonight.
No, most definitely. They'll have to be good against this Rocket or against this Marion County squad.
Tonight's prayer will be given by Forrest FCA.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And let everything we do and say be glorifying to you, God. Please be with all the men and women all over the world who are fighting to protect our freedom. Please help us to play tonight for the children across the world who cannot play the sport they love because of childhood cancer. Please be with the family of Chad Franklin. Wrap your arms around them and give them peace that surpasses all understanding as we remember him tonight. Please give us safe travels home from the game tonight, Lord. Thank you for all you do for us each and every day, and thank you for the gift of salvation. We love you and we thank you, God, for the Forrest Rockets. It's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Invocation, and now our national anthem.
This broadcast on TC Sports 1 brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home of the real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, a top performer amongst Tennessee community banks. By Benchmark Physical Therapy, where they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. By Clint's Air Care, your local Ream dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, auto, life, health, and homeowners. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. We're brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control units. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. By Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Services, serving since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. By Mac Equipment, your local Cub and Exmark dealer. And by the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition.
And as the captains get ready to meet at the midfield stripe for our coin toss, we want to thank everyone again for tuning in here this evening. Troy Cash and Ricky Sweeney here tonight. Ricky filling a dual role tonight as Noble. Going to miss him tonight. Couldn't be with us, but he will be back with us next week. But happy to have Ricky be able to fill in capably here tonight for Noble. Rockets get a chance to, as they always do, run through that long line of students and fans and get this one started. The band has cranked it up, and we are ready for some football action here in Chapel Hill this evening. Coach Eli Stevenson, head coach of the Forrest Rockets, as we said earlier, 36-18 in his Rocket career. He is assisted by defensive coordinator Ryan Bridges, our strength and conditioning offensive line coach, Coach Kyle Stacy, also assisted by Mr. Jacob Doherty, Mr. Jason Hill, Tony Johnson, Zach Russell, and Chad Harden. Your kicking coach, Coach Larry Rojo Chapman, and your athletic trainer, Miss Leah Williams. And said earlier, Ricky, we're very excited about the opportunity that we're going to get on Thursday night as we'll bring you the middle school championship. And Coach Johnson right on top of things. Got me a whole list of things, rosters. They are ready to go, and we're excited.
Boy, they have stirred up some excitement for the last several years. The middle school program has been very successful. Tony Johnson, great guy, great job coaching those. Gets them fired up. Whatever he's doing, let's just don't change a thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tony, good luck Thursday night.
Geez, I thought it was maybe one of the lights had gone off for just a second. It's big number 76 about to walk out to the center of the field for the coin toss. He's blocking about half the lights coming off that stanchion there at the top. He is Landon Showalter, the junior, and he is definitely, if he's very fast, he's going to be an imposing force tonight.
Yeah, he's a large specimen, and Rocky's going to have to go around him. I don't believe he's going to be able to go through him.
Mikey Stoddard is not a small individual, and he looks small compared to that young man. Mikey and Chris Davis, the captains tonight.
Captains for your Forrest Rockets, number 79, Mikey Stoddard.
Looks like the Warriors, I believe,
number
have
1,
won the
Chris
toss.
Davis.
Let's see, or did the Rockets? I thought maybe initially that maybe the Rocket or that the Warriors had won the toss, but the Rockets win the toss and they will receive the football. And of course, for them, Ricky, I think tonight we say it a lot. Last week they didn't get off to a very fast start. I think tonight they've got to get off to a quick start against this Marion County squad. Their offense is so dangerous for the Warriors. You need to be able to, if this is a shootout, maybe you score first.
Two totally different types of teams, Summertown and Marion County. So you just made a great point. I think if Novel was here, he would agree with that wholeheartedly. And you got it. You can't have any letdowns here tonight.
Most definitely. For the Rockets, they have got to be sharp here tonight, as we talked about. There's going to be a lot of pressure put on them defensively. That buck sweep game that Marion County runs, they're going to be tested time and time again. Great athletes on the corner. Rockets have had some trouble wrapping up this year. They got those problems corrected in the second half against Summertown, and hopefully a repeat for the Rockets here tonight. Offensively, they're doing the right things. They're putting almost 31 points a game. They're going to put some pressure on this Marion County defense, who in their own right has struggled at times this year.
Yeah, this field could look like a track meet instead of a football field if things get going offensively for both teams tonight.
Yeah, we have seen both of these teams have some high-scoring matchups. Loretta defeated the Rockets 44-28. You see a 50-47 thrown in as Marion County lost to Sequatchie. So both of these teams capable of scoring, but both of them capable of giving up a few here tonight. We may have a Wild West shootout here in Chapel Hill. We're about to find out.
A lot of excitement. Pretty good number of players over on the Marion County side, as well as the Rockets. So hang on, folks. Glad you're watching us on TCSports1.com tonight.
Man, everything is just crisp and clear here tonight. Marion County brought a lot of fans off the mountain. I thought I was going to have to make both cities today. Colton coming home, and he had a pit stop, unexpected one there in Jasper. Had to work on getting him back home. I thought I was going to have to make the trip there and then come back here, but fortunately his sister was coming home as well, so got him in and safely delivered, and now we'll get to check out the Marion County Warriors as they take on the Forrest Rockets here tonight. Marion, a very un-Marion-like 2-3 coming in here. The Rockets, what most people thought might be 4-1 or 5-0 at this point, they're 3-2 on this young season.
Yeah, a little disappointed, but they can turn it around here tonight against a team with great tradition. I think Lewisburg, MCHS Tigers played them in the state playoffs back in the 80s.
84, that was the lone championship for the Tigers, yeah. So Marion County intertwined with the with the county here.
Marion County, number 88, Brennan Sailors.
So Marion County set to kick it off. It'll be 88, Brennan Sailors set to put it in the air. Tayton Swift, as we got to speak with him earlier in our pregame. Of course, if you didn't see that, check us out. Go back and check out that interview as Swift ready to receive. This one will be a short kick. Coming up on it is Davis. Got through his hands, but it is picked up by the Rockets, and boy, it could have been danger if that one had kicked away from him, but it falls in front. Swift able to fall on it, and they'll end up with pretty decent starting position out around the 25.
Yeah, not bad. He kicked it in no man's land there where Chris had to come up on a dead run to field it. Sometimes that can be difficult when the ball's bouncing off your chest like that, but Rockets lucky to get it back starting at their own 24.
Ryan Hill at the controls. The young freshman has done a wonderful job with this offense in his first season. He'll have a man in motion. That's Ayers left to right. They'll turn and give. Coming off that left side, got the extra blocker is Swift, and he will knife through the Marion County defense as he will be very close to a first down, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, Rockets love to run left, and they got it all the way up to the 35, so the first play goes for a first down. Good news for the Rockets.
Swift for 10. He came in with 69 carries, 533 yards, averaging just under 8 yards a carry and a couple of scores. Gets the party started for the Rockets here early. 1st and 10 as they roll to throw. Getting him outside the pocket. Hill dumps it short. Pass caught. Another first down for the Rockets, and that is what you want to see. And that has been his favorite target. We talked with Carson Yates early in the contest, or early in our pregame, and Yates has become quite a favorite. He and Hill have really gotten comfortable together in the passing game, and there's another 13-yard gain and another first down for the Rockets. Marion, a little confusion. They're trying to get lined up. But here, before the Rockets can get it off, the Warriors are forced to burn a timeout. We'll take it with them. Just underway here in Chapel Hill.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
As we return very quickly, chewing up chunks of yardage, and maybe they got that quick 12 from Davis because they've got a hold on the edge there. This is going to back them up. They had a lot of momentum coming out here with 3 chunk plays in a row, but this one, after the holding penalty, is going to back them up back to the 49 of Forrest, and it'll still be 1st and 10, but Davis coming off that edge, and he looked like he had a good burst there, Ricky, as he has been banged up the last couple of weeks, but looked fresh and strong there.
He did. Rockets actually gained 1 yard after the 10-yard penalty was assessed.
Give Swift, cuts it back inside, finds some running room across the midfield stripe down into Warrior territory before being hit down at the 46. But once again, Ricky, they came up on the outside. Swift found the crease and picked up a quick 5.
Yeah, love to run left and does his best running, I think, from the left side.
Got a powerful left side over there to run behind with Tankersley anchoring that left side. He is the returning region lineman of the year. They've got plenty of help up front. A lot of experience along that offensive line as they shift Yates again from left to right. Now man in motion is Davis. They go back to the ground. Bell with the carry across the 40, switches arms with it as he goes across the 30 down to the 25, and the Rockets are really coming out aggressive here early. They are opening up massive holes up front.
Nobody out here to make the play on defense. I see their struggles.
Yeah, we had heard that defensively they were having some struggles, and give those offensive linemen some credit up front. as they are blowing big chunks of yardage out. Tankersley and Durbin over on that left side. You got Street, Allen, and Stoddard across that front. Right now they are doing what they want. Back to the ground again with Davis. Davis across the 15, upended, and he will fall forward down to about the 10. And once again, he will pick up or be very close to another first down.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah,
got
they're going to move the
one.
Sticks. Davis running with authority. It's going to be first and 10. I think they can actually get to about the 1/2 yard line and pick up a first down. Just over 2 minutes gone by, an impressive opening drive by the Rockets here. Once again, Rockets are going to shift, and the Warriors having trouble. Evidently in film study, Ricky, they must have seen something, because they've been running airs from side to side of the formation every time, and the Warriors having really difficult times getting adjusted.
Yeah, good job of the Rockets to cause that penalty right there, and yeah, Marion County definitely confused right now.
Smeet Patel checking into the contest at the receiver position, the senior for the Rockets. He'll line up wide left. Bell, the setback behind Hill. Man in motion again is Ayers. Hill crouches deep as he will turn and give. Swift cuts it back inside, and a good job by the Warriors there of filling the gap. It looked like he was going to have running room, but as Swift got into the hole, he got upended on a good tackle there by Marion. He gets down to about the 4, where it'll be second and goal. Early on, Swift 3 carries for 17 yards as the Rockets have already chewed up 54 yards on the ground in this opening possession. Looking to strike pay dirt here early. Hill now, as he will look to the sideline. The Rockets are going to be forced to burn a timeout. Rockets on the move when we come back.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward the strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Wasting no time out of the timeout, back to the ground they go, and this time Marion stiffens once more. That was number 18, Owen Givens, the senior, on the stop of Chris Davis, and it'll now bring up third down and goal, and so they've gotten down close, Ricky, and Marion County has been able to fight off a couple of blocks and make some good tackles here to deny the Rockets. They're going to make it a little difficult here along the goal line.
Yeah, Chris actually lost a yard that time, so they made some good adjustments. But still, I think the Rockets going to make some hay running to their right tonight instead of their left.
Doing a good job here in this opening drive. Let's see if they can pay it off. Levi Van Patten in the game as they go back to Swift. Swift got a great block inside, and he will barrel his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets. Peyton Swift with a payoff from 5 yards out. But up front, Ricky, massive hole on that left side. Durbin and Street, you look over on that guard and center of that left side, and they really gave him a great cutback lane. Swift does the rest, and the Rockets take it down the field 75 yards in an impressive opening drive. G Square on for the point after try out of the hold of Matlock. Kick by G Square into the air, and it is good. And with 8:26 left here in the opening quarter, Rockets take a 7-0 lead.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
8 plays, 76 yards. They took 3:34 off the clock. Rockets punch it in swift from 5 yards out. And they take a 7-0 lead here as G-Square getting set to kick it off. And we'll see this name a lot. Sam Pickett, the sophomore, he is back to receive. Pickett will range over, take it, backpedaling at the 3. Center of the field, 5, 10. Cuts it back up inside. He's got plenty of running room. 30, 35, 40. Weaving his way across the 45 out to the midfield stripe and finally taken down. That was G-Square making the touchdown-saving tackle. And, boy, we saw that in that Moore County game where you take the kickoff back. It can kill your momentum. A great drive by the Rockets. And now Marion County, after the long return, they are in plus territory as they will take over at the Forrest 49-yard line, as that was a 50-yard return pretty much by Mr. Puckett.
Took it at the 1. Yeah, he's like a Kentucky thoroughbred taking some long strides right there. Great job by Pickett.
And we're going to see another Pickett at the controls offensively. Tilton Pickett, the sophomore, as they'll give coming left. Across the midfield stripe with a block. 45-40 down the sideline. 30, 25, 20. Try to get him out of bounds. I think he was able to tightrope the sidelines. Did he make it, or will they mark him out? They will give him the touchdown. Boy, this may be 100-99 the way they're headed right now.
I thought he went out of bounds. I don't know. I'm up here.
Ricky, I think he got it. He really did a great job tight-roping that sideline.
We had our chance to knock. I'm sorry. We had our chance to knock him out.
28, Ryan McNabb, I believe, with the carry. As they're going to have Sailors on for the point after try. Snap good, set good, kick good. No, he pushed it. Thought it looked good from here, but the official says no good. And we've got ourselves a 7-6 ball game here in Chapel Hill.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back. A little confusion as it appeared to be number 26 who scored, but there is no 26 on the Marion County roster here tonight. There's only a 28, so we're not exactly sure who scored the touchdown. Tried to go over to the middle part here and pick it up from the official scores, but they don't have one either. They've got the same roster we've got. So 7-6 ball game. We apologize for not being able to give proper credit there. As once again the kickoff is fumbled. Rockets will fall forward and they'll again start with good field position, but once again you don't want to make a habit of putting that thing on the ground.
Now the Rockets got to stop that for sure.
They are fortunate as they keep possession both times. And they'll head back out offensively. Bryce Tankersley able to fall on it there for the Rockets. They'll start this time from the 22-yard line. Had a tremendous drive on their opening surge of the game, but Marion comes right back. and answers on a one-play, we'll call it, drive, is back to the ground. The Rockets getting outside, and once again picking up a huge chunk of change is Swift. First down again for Tayton as he is making a living off that left side. And that's what we expected all season long from that offensive line. They are making their mark here tonight, Ricky.
Yeah, I love it when they run left. A lot of success all season going to the left.
Marion County has had some trouble. They are young defensively, and right now the Rockets are having their way with them at this point. They'll go from the gun as they'll roll heel right. Looking, fires in the flat, pass caught. Davis turns upfield, and wow. Davis went out of bounds, but he had the blade laid down on him there by Sam Pickett. Pickett went to the ground. Davis stayed on his feet. And he turned around and kind of looked and said, "Is that all you got?" But once again, what a soft, catchable pass by Hill. You can see some quarterbacks that throw a bullet and it's hard to catch. He puts it right out there, leads his receiver beautifully.
You described that perfectly.
Swift in motion. Back to the ground. Here comes Bell. Bell bounces it outside. Stays on his feet. Eludes a couple of tacklers. Gets down the sideline, and he'll pick up another first down. Bell running hard. And maybe, Ricky, we saw him last week. He looks a little healthier. Looks like he's running with a little more authority. Of course, he's been injured the first few games of the year. He's gutted it out and stayed in the lineup. But he looks to be rounding back into form a little bit here.
That's going to be enough for another. Bush Grocery, first down for the Rockets.
First down again as Bell gets it down to the Warrior 44. Rockets on the move again. Back to the ground with Swift. Jumps over one would-be tackler, crosses the 40 down to about the 38. And right now, Ricky, they are winning the war up front. They are getting some massive holes for the backs to run through. They're hitting the hole quickly, and they are picking up good yardage. And really, when you can get in this kind of plus territory, this is where the Rockets want to be offensively.
Yeah, Coach been waiting on the offensive line to make a statement early. They're doing it right now.
Second down and 4 after the gain of 6. Hill comes up, settles under center. Man in motion. They'll give it on the sweep. Here comes Davis. Got a block on the corner. 35-30. Davis still rumbling. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is taken down on a touchdown-saving tackle by Pickett. Chris Davis on the loose. Davis couldn't decide. He was getting the block downfield, and he couldn't decide whether he was going inside or outside. He had a 50-50 shot. The defender ended up guessing right and getting him as they'll rule him down at the 6. Davis comes into tonight. He's had a really good season as he's battled the injury bug. 39 carries, 267 yards, just under 7 yards per carry, and 3 scores is once again first and goal for the Rockets. From the Marion 7. We approach the 6-minute mark left here in the opening quarter. A shootout at the Chapel Hill Corral here early as they give it Bell. Looks inside now, bounces it outside, lowers his head and shoulder, and dives toward that goal line. Did he land on top of a Marion County player and get in? Nope, they're going to rule him down at the 1. I saw that last surge from Bell. I thought maybe had he landed on a Marion player, he might have been able to get into the end zone, but they say he hit the ground. Back at the 2. Bell, 3 carries, 40 yards here early, running with authority. Swift already with 39 of his own on 6 carries. Rockets picking up huge chunks of yardage. Davis has carried it 4 times for 43. So as you can tell, their averages are not going to be hurting here after the early going. Man in motion left to right. Bell as they give back inside, rumbling forward, sticking that football out, trying to get it to the goal line is Liam Bell, and he will be tackled just short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd down and goal as Eli Bell, his brother, the freshman, into the contest as he was the man in motion. 3rd down now and goal from the 1. Under 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. As it's going to be
third down for the Rockets.
Reggie Pearson in the game at a tight end position. Of course, he made a big catch last week as he gets to go from guard to tight end. Hill off that right side this time. He'll sneak it forward, and he will strike pay dirt. Ryan Hill from 1 yard out, and this Rocket offense is a well-oiled machine thus far. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and churning out chunks of yardage. As those young men carrying the flags, as we'll get a look at them here in a minute, they're going to be tired tonight.
5 carries for 42 yards, brings up 3rd and 10 for the Rockets.
Folks, we apologize as we had something go on there. We just lost audio all of a sudden, had to go back and reset everything, turn it back on once more, and you know what they say, just give it a reset, Ricky. We're back on. So we apologize for the brief outage.
Pass intended for number 1, Chris Davis, falls incomplete. 4th down.
So thank you for being patient with us here. Is not exactly sure what happened. It just stopped midstream, and only way to correct it's kind of sign off and come back on. So we apologize for that. Chris Davis down on the sideline over here. As you saw him on that twisting attempt to catch the pass, he is still down as they're attending to him, as the Rockets are going to have to punt it away, and the defenses have gotten their act together here a little bit, as this punt is going to hit short. They're going to let it roll, and they'll get good starting field position at about the 38-yard line. We'll keep it here early as the Rockets lead this one 14-6. 19 seconds left here in this first quarter of action here from the Rock. Murray E. Holton Memorial Field on a beautiful football evening, as the Rockets have kind of taken it to the Warriors here early, Ricky, but now the Warriors get a chance to put their offense back on the field.
Yeah, the defense did a little bit better job than right. Rockets tried to go up the middle a couple of times, just a little bit off tackle to the left one time, but they were ready for us this time.
Back to the offense as the Rockets will shift this time. They work once more. They'll turn and pitch. Deep in the backfield, Pickett gets the toss. 40, weaving his way across the 45. Gets close to his first down marker. I believe he'll have enough to pick up the first down, as the Warriors using the patience of Pickett there as he weaved his way between tacklers, and they'll spot him at the 49, which will be enough for his first down. So move the chains here, as that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Ricky, going to let you take over for a minute, as we got to do a little housekeeping here with some of our commercials since we had to go off the air. So I'm going to let you take it for a minute as we work on that.
All right. Thank you, Troy. Rockets lead it at the end of the first quarter by the score of 14-6. Rockets offense, Chris Davis, 4 carries for 43 yards in that first quarter. Ryan Hill, 1 yard, but it was a good one. 1 yard, 1 carry, 1 yard, and it was a touchdown. Tatum Swift, steady as she goes, 7 carries for 37 yards. He had a 5-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Liam Bell, 5 carries for 42 yards, and Eli Bell, 1 carry for -2. Number 26 for Marion County. We don't have a 26 on our roster, so we don't know who that was. But number 26 for Marion County scored on a 49-yard touchdown run on the first play after a great kickoff return by Marion County. And point after was no good. Rockets with 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. Start the second quarter. Rockets out in front, 14-6.
In the second quarter, Marion County takes over 1st and 10, ball at the 49.
Start at their own 49 does Marion County. Try run off tackle to the right, and Rocket defense right there to make a stop.
Number 3, Brody Leonard on the carry.
Number 3, Leonard carries it.
Talking about number 21, Levi.
A loss of 1, back to midfield. So
short gain of the play. It'll be 2nd and 9, ball right around midfield.
Excuse me, it's a gain of 1 on the play. It was at their own 49. Now it's at midfield. Leonard picks up 1. It's 2nd and 9.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Make sure we got our spots back in loaded. This time they fake the pitch, come back inside across the midfield stripe, still on his feet, fighting for yardage across the 45, and he'll reach the 42, very close to his first down marker as he's pushed forward as the running back.
Now there's your tackling problem. Lots of Rockets just standing there, and the guy is stopped, but nobody finishes him off.
Number 26 on the carry for the Warriors, tackled by a host of the
26
Rockets.
on the carry. As you said earlier, we did not have a 26 on the roster.
Ball at the 42.
I'm looking, Ricky, over my notes, and I've got to wonder. I'm looking for E.J. Wilson. He was supposed to be 1, and he's been a key part of the offense. I don't see a 1 right now, so possibly that's where the number change goes. I'm not really sure. As they snap that back straight ahead on a short third down, they'll pick up the yardage as they'll cross the 40 down to about the 37 there. As that's going to be number 2, Alex Condra, the senior.
24, Carson Yates.
Yates makes the stop, but once again, a Marion County first down.
For the Warriors, 1st and 10, ball at the 38.
So Leonard's second carry. He got a first down on that one, 4 yards on that. Now he has 2 carries for 5 yards. 1st and 10, Marion County.
Patrick wide left now as, again, they'll operate from the gun. Pickett got some pressure, steps up, eludes the rush, dumps it out, and the pass is high and incomplete. As they had a man there, but good pressure off that right side of the Rocket defense as he tried to dump it in the flat, incomplete.
2nd down.
And made him alter his throw there just a little bit, and that caused it to be off target there that time.
Give the quarterback Pickett some credit. That was a good job of eluding the rush and stepping up in the pocket, but the delivery just a little bit high to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Good to see Rockets get a little pressure on any quarterback. Hadn't had much of that this year.
2 receivers to the left, 1 wing right. Back to the quarterback's left, dump it out of the flat. Pass caught straight up the field. Still on his feet, breaking free. It's a foot race down the sideline, and it's going to be Pickett to win it. You see his outstanding speed and athleticism on full display. Sam Pickett takes the short pass and takes it to the house. What an electrifying run, Ricky. We've got some great skill players on display in this game, and, boy, Pickett doesn't take a back seat to anybody.
No, he's great. Great player.
So let's see if the Warriors try to go for 2 here and tie it up, or they elect to go for the single digit. Don't see the kicker right now, Salyers. So it looks like the Warriors are going to try to tie it up. 14-12 game as we're just underway here. Just under 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. Pickett will be slot left. Wide left is Patrick. Rolling right, got some time, dumps it into the back of the end zone, and it is caught. Nice stab by Brandon Coffett. Or Koffelt, as he makes the 2-point catch there, and that was a little bit high as well and had some mustard on it, but he yanks it out of the air. The 2-point try is good, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game here, 14 apiece in Chapel Hill.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat, and that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
It's a track meet here in Chapel Hill. 14-14 your score. Just under 10 minutes left here in this second quarter of action. 9:49 to be exact, as this one is certainly turning into an offensive slugfest here as the Rockets trying to take them out. They certainly got off to a great start, but Marion, they have displayed that big play offense, Ricky. It was on full display again on that great catch off the little swing pass. Great moves by Pickett to get in.
Yeah, Pickett's got some moves, makes Rockets miss so many times, and he's going to be tough.
Short
he stays
kick
healthy.
Taken by one of the up men. That's Bell. Bell gets outside, stays on his feet, and he'll give them good starting field position. Eli has quite a knack on the return game, Ricky. He's been great on the ground in limited action, but he's been really good for him in the return game.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of quantity carries, but he's got a lot of quality carries.
They'll start with good starting field position again from the 37, and Bell, as you said, 18 carries, but he's got 249 yards. He's averaging just under 14 a carry with a couple of scores.
Keep giving it to him.
Not a bad stat line. Marion in close here. As rolling to throw, Hill has it knocked away. He'll pick it up, bounce right back to him. Now he'll scramble, trying to get away. And this will be a big loss for the Rockets as getting back there 6 and 8. That's Sharber and Johnson to take care of Hill. And they are very fortunate that when that ball got popped free, it bounced right back to Ryan.
That could have been a disaster.
Oh, it had disaster written all over it. Loss of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 19 now, back at the 27.
And about 19 from the 27.
Well, really ought to be 2nd and 20 if they got it back at the 27 here. 2 receivers to the right. They'll swing it quickly out of the backfield. Pass caught Swift, and he is taken down on a nice open field tackle. Swift is pretty elusive if you can get him out there in space, but an excellent close by another great athlete, number 4, and we've seen him plenty offensively, but Pickett making his defensive presence felt here. Said everything but Pickett there, Ricky. I don't know where I was at there.
That play actually lost 2 yards.
So they're going the wrong way now. 3rd down and 22 for the Rockets. They've got to reach out to the 47-yard line to pick up their 1st down. Getting the play in a little late here, and they're going to be forced to burn a timeout.
Rockets.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
And welcome back as the Rockets now big 3rd down facing them here. Back to throw, and this one will not get started before it gets stopped, and another penalty on the Rockets will back them up 5 more just for good measure. Working in reverse here. They've got to reach out to the 47-yard line to pick up the 1st down. They're back at the 20. 3rd down and 27 yards to go. Approaching the 8-minute mark left here, 2nd quarter. Rockets' first couple of offensive drives were smooth as silk. Last couple have had a few bumps and bruises, and they need to get that momentum back. Of course, don't want to turn it over here deep. 3rd and 27, man in motion, and once again, I think we're going to have another penalty on the Rockets, another illegal procedure.
Against the Rockets.
So they've had some difficulty here in this possession. Last couple of plays they have jumped. And now 3rd down as they back it up to the 15. It's going to be 3rd and 32.
Johnny Majors at Tennessee used to quick kick here when it was 3rd and 30.
Yeah. The only thing about that is it may be Pickett being running back there to pick it up.
Well, he's not back there right now. That might be a good time to kick it when he's not back there.
Yeah.
But I'm scared of him. He's really fast.
Rockets this time, once again, they've got receivers wide right, and we've got another flag from the back.
Play clock expired.
Play clock expired. Wasn't looking for that.
Delay a game penalty is going to be against the Rockets.
Is this like a game to see how far you can back yourselves up?
I think so. We're going to be in the Farmington here in a minute.
I'm telling you, they're headed that way. They're on the city limits, outside of the city limits of Chapel Hill right now. 3rd down and 37. Back at the 10. Not the way to win friends and influence people here as they roll right. Hill throws back across, pass caught. Yates up the field, and they'll get it out of the shadow of the goal line. Pickup of about 9-10 yards there as they hook up the favorite combination of Yates and Hill. Get it out to the 19, and they'll have enough room to punt it away here. .32 left here in this second quarter of action as G Square back to punt it away. Brother Cohen out for the second consecutive game, so G Square handling both duties here tonight. They'll get it out of there. High punt. Pickett's going to let it go away from him and bounce out of bounds. G Square did a nice job of keeping it away from the dangerous Pickett. Put it up the sideline, and Marion will start at their own 44-yard line. So that ended up being a 37-yard punt and netted 37. So for now, Marion, they will start with good field position again. Well, just put a hold on it as we see a yellow penalty marker back down here. And, Ricky, what my eyes are affixed on, and Gabe, if you can get it down here on the sideline, we've still got Chris Davis down as he went for that pass a little bit earlier. And he is still in some pain as they continue to work on him. And that is not a development we want to see if you're a Rocket fan. Now we got another penalty marker that's going to fly as the official just in front of the Rocket bench unloaded that one. Sideline warning on the Rockets.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be against the Rockets.
So they have gotten the penalty bug in earnest here in the last few minutes. You're going to spot this ball down now. This is going to be in Rocket territory. Move this thing all the way down to the 41. Did I miss something? They're marking off a personal foul there, Ricky.
Dead ball is a dead ball foul on the Rocket sidelines.
Okay. I thought it was just a sideline warning at first, but evidently someone must have said a magic word because he threw it pretty quickly. Marion from the 41 now. Back to the ground. Give coming left. Bounces outside 40. Hit at the 36 and spun around out of bounds. Gain of 5. Number 26 there on the carry.
Number 17.
And for the Rockets, Groenveld getting there to make the stop. So 2nd and 5 now for the Warriors, and they're trying to take momentum away from the Rockets. Rockets came out here early, Ricky, and really asserted themselves and handled themselves well, but right now it's the Warriors getting themselves back into the contest and trying to snatch momentum away.
Yeah, the firecrackers got a wet fuse. It hadn't been ignited in the last couple of drives.
Yeah, quickly out of the backfield. They'll swing it. Here comes Pickett. Little shake and bake. Eludes the tackler 30, 25, 20. Down the sideline 15, 10. Stays in bounds, and they finally got him out. I think he is going to be out at about the 7. He made it into the end zone, but the official is going to mark him out at the 6. But once again, he did a tightrope act down that sideline. And just a simple little swing, Ricky. He uses his excellent athleticism, does Pickett, and does the rest.
First and goal, ball at the 6.
First and goal at the 6.
It's 2 catches for 68 yards for Pickett.
Man, he has great moves, great balance as they hit him a couple of times, and he just shed tackles like they were nothing. This time, they'll spread them out. He'll be to the left as I'm waiting. The official's going to stop play here. It's going to be delay on the Warriors as they lined up, Ricky, that time a little unbalanced line as they were going to try to catch the Rockets.
Repeat, first and goal.
First and goal now from just outside the 6-yard. Excuse me, they're going to back that up to the 11 after the penalty. Sorry about that. We approach the 6-minute mark left here in the second quarter. Warriors on the move. Snap, give, Pickett. Gets to the 10, busts one tackle, and he is taken down. That time, really good penetration. That was a slow developing play, but Bryce Tankersley came up and really made a nice tackle on the corner to take down Pickett, and that's something they hadn't been able to do very often.
No, they did a good job getting penetration and blew it up long enough for Bryce to come in and make a play.
It took a while for Tilton Pickett. He held the football a little while, and it looked like there was a little miscommunication. He finally got it to Sam Pickett, but by that time the Rockets had excellent penetration. Second down, back to the ground. They try to probe the middle this time, and nothing doing.
Well, I think they fumbled it, and the quarterback had to go get it.
I saw a Rocket bounce around there, but I didn't see the football. But as you said, they got on it and lost yardage. So back to the 16 now, third and goal. Both of these teams are having their difficulties. Offenses right now are saying, hey, you defenses are having a little bit of trouble. Let's spot you a few penalties and a couple of fumbles. And
both offenses got amnesia here.
We'll see if you can stop us on third and goal from the 16. Man in motion as they'll roll left. Pickett, look, it got some heat. Fires over the middle. Pass is caught. Receiver came back for it. Touchdown. There is Pickett one more time. Rockets got great pressure up the middle. It was Sam Pickett on the receiving end of a pass, and it was a beautiful job by the quarterback. Just getting enough time did Tilton Pickett, and he just threw it up there. His receiver made a great adjustment on the football, came back, caught it, and got it in. So the Rockets had done it all right until that play. Excellent job by Marion County on the scramble by Tilton Pickett. He finds the open Sam Pickett down at about the 2. Sam Pickett gets into the end zone, and the Warriors have retaken the lead now at 21-14.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
And welcome back. This one has been a seesaw affair as the Rockets came out, established momentum early, took the early lead, and looked like the dominant team early on. But Marion County has gotten it going offensively. They just score on the 16-yard toss, Pickett to Pickett, and it's now 21-14 Warriors. Short kickoff taken on the run at the 22. Bell with it, center of the field, gets hit down as he crosses the 30. Out to about the 32, and another good starting field position for the Rockets. Johnson down on the tackle for Marion County. Ricky, now you got to find a way to get your offensive mojo back. They made it look so easy on those first couple of drives, but they have really shot themselves in the foot with penalties here the last couple.
Penalties, yeah, and I don't know if the Marion County defense got a wake-up call or not, but they've snuffed out the Rockets the last couple of times.
Rockets will take over once again, as we said. Excellent starting field position. 4:49 left here in the second as Hill will roll right. Got some pressure, scrambles around one would-be defender and is bumped out of bounds. No gain on the play. It'll bring up second down, and that time the receiver's in the route. Marion County had defenders in the area, so Hill does the wise thing, just kind of tucks it away and takes it out of bounds. I thought he had gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but they marked him out back at the 30. So a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 13 now. They had mixed in the pass very well early on, but right now, that running game, which had been dominant early on, has found a little problem, but now they go back to that ground game once more as Marable is checked into the contest. He makes a nice run on 1st down. Antonio Marable, and that's a name that you will hear more and more of, Ricky. He is an outstanding young freshman.
I like the way he runs. He's got quick feet, as you saw right there.
We've talked about it earlier. Tune in with us on Thursday night, 6:30 for the middle school championship matchup. We'll have it live here for you on TC Sports 1, but Marable, a big part of that championship winning squad last year for the Forrest Middle School Rockets. He's in motion, gives straight ahead, and with second effort, picked up his 1st down. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, but Bell, just by sheer willpower, drug a couple of tackles with him as he fell forward and picked up his 1st down at the 49.
1st down for the Rockets.
Really nicely done. Those are 2 yards that you needed desperately there if you're the Rockets, and Bell got them for you.
Yeah, I believe they may have had him stop short, but you said that second effort, and he leaned out with the football. That's getting it done right there.
From the 44 of Forrest. 1st down, Rockets. Clock approaching the 3.5-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. Hill rolling to throw, fires it across his body, complete, and a punishing hit, and that will bring a flag as a little headhunting going on there.
A little targeting.
Ty Johnson hits Tayton Swift as he turned around, hit him right in the helmet. That drew an immediate penalty marker. Swift did good to hang on to the football, but he will also get a 15-yard bonus on top of that for the personal foul from Johnson, and this will keep the drive going and get them down inside Marion County territory. This will take it a little deeper into Warrior territory, and they'll finally mark it down. It should be at about the 34. Yeah, that's where they'll put it down at. They had stopped at about the 36-37, but it does end up at the 34 after the personal foul. 1st down, Rockets from that point. 2 receivers to the right. Quick throw out of the backfield. Pass is incomplete, intended for Swift. There was a lot of pressure coming that time as number 6, Taylor Sharper, had his hands right in Hill's face.
He did. Lucky to get that one off.
He almost had to throw that one between his hands, Ricky.
He did. Look right through there. It's only his 2nd incompletion of the game. Tonight, done a good job. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 for 8. Good first half for young Ryan Hill.
Van Patten now flanked out wide right. Wing left, they go that way. 35-30, Swift continuing to muscle his way forward as he is taken down in the Warriors secondary by Brody Leonard. But he picks up another 1st down, and Ricky, it's going to seem really odd. We talk about wanting to diversify the offense every week, but they have just been going through the Warrior defense on the run game like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it's really good.
Give, once again, knifing forward, burrowing his way across the 30 down to the 29 is Swift. It'll be a pickup of about 3 on 1st down. 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to move here, 2nd quarter. Rockets have plenty of time.
Short of the 1st down marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
As they look to.
He marked him back a little bit, Trey, where his knee hit. He crossed the line, but his knee was down at the 25, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1 here. Thought he might have possibly picked up that 1st down, but they mark him back, and now an important conversion. Hill trying to draw him off sides, and
I believe he did.
Penalty marker will fly. They got him. Saw that left side of the Marion defensive front flinch a little bit, and you saw Hill's reaction like, hey, I got him.
Like he was at the Price is Right. He just won the prize on Price is Right.
He did. He just spun big on the wheel.
1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line.
Down to the 20-yard line, and that was a very big pickup for the Rockets. New set of downs here. 2 minutes left as Hill rolling right now, looking to throw, dumps it toward the end zone. Pass is caught. There is his favorite target once again. They have ESP. Yates and Hill are on the same page. Ran a receiver down the field, Ricky, cleared a little zone, and Yates just came underneath. Hill had it right on the money. Yates stopped just short of the goal line.
19 yards on that pickup.
From the 1, 2nd down and goal to goal as the Rockets looking to tie it up here. Hill will sneak it forward, burrow his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets, touchdown, Ryan Hill. Rockets respond with a nice drive of their own, and they are a G-square extra point away from tying this one up. Those young men with the flags, we said they're going to get a workout tonight. They're back at it again. Matlock on for the hold for the automatic. Gavin Grissom. Snap, set, kick, and I spoke too soon. I jinxed him. They got a piece of it as Marion gets through and blocks the extra point. And it's still 21-20 Warriors as we take a break.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
And welcome back. The only problem with the touchdown, Ricky, is there are still 1 minute and 29 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Sam Pickett's still on the field. He hadn't gone to the concession stand or the bus or anywhere. He's staying right here with us, causing us problems.
He is back to receive, and I don't think they're going to kick it anywhere near Mr. Pickett. Along the ground and taken by one of the up men, as he will fall on it about the 30-yard line, and that is a very wise move. Pickett has proved his value here in the first half. He's coming off a 111-yard performance last week, and Ricky, he's well on his way to that offensively here in the first half. He's done it running and receiving.
Yeah, he has. He got 4 carries for 15 yards. He's done most of his damage on returns and catching the football. He's got 3 catches. 2 of them are for touchdowns, 38 and 16. He's got 3 catches for 84 total yards.
So the Warriors will try to get it into the end zone here, as they'll get the football to start the second half. So this would be key for them here if they can score. Rockets shifting around as they've got Swihart in the game. Fake. Now they go down the field. Oh, they got a man back there, and he missed him. That was 6. It was 6 easily, but too much on that one from Tilton Pickett. The pump fake froze.
Oh, boy, did it ever.
The defensive back and the receiver kept streaking down the field, but the quarterback just overshot him. 2nd down, Rockets avoid a major dagger there.
Good call on 1st and 10. I love the call for Marion County. Had it.
Coach Timothy Starkey going into his bag of tricks here late in the first half. They'll work again. Give inside, trying to find some running room, bursting through a hole. Middle of the field, 1st down and more, across the midfield stripe into Forrest territory at the 49. And, Ricky, that was nothing that he made something out of.
Absolutely
number
was.
26 on the carry for the Warriors, tackled by number 60.
26 on the carry. Durbin makes the stop, and Ricky, you just got to wrap up at the line of scrimmage. Once you get them free, they have outstanding speed as they'll roll quick. Looking, they'll fire in the flat pass, incomplete. They wanted to go downfield that time, but good coverage by Swift. He had some help back there, but they covered Pickett well. He finally had to come off of him and try to dump it to Patrick, but it was incomplete.
Look here, number 26, we don't have a name for him, but he's got 4 carries for 83 yards and a 49-yard touchdown run.
I'm just guessing, and we're going to try to go upstairs and find out at halftime. In the booth, they didn't have a number for him either. The only thing I can guess is maybe it's Wilson. 1 was supposed to be featured in this offense, and I don't see a 1. So that's going to be my best guess right now. Middle of the field, pass caught on the middle screen. Rockets get there quickly, but the Warriors do pick up a couple of yards. 45 seconds left here in this first half as the Warriors are going to take a timeout, talk about it as an important third down upcoming here. We're going to keep it here, Ricky, and they've got a great opportunity to do the Warriors. Timeout situation. They've got 1 timeout left. Rockets have 1 timeout left. So if you're Marion right now, first of all, you just want to pick up that first down, keep the drive alive, and with the weapons they have, they've got time to take a few shots toward the end zone. Still 45 ticks left.
Yeah, earlier the wind was in their favor. Now the flag is just limp, so there's not much wind advantage either way. But, yeah, they've still got that timeout left, like you said, and they've still got Sam Pickett.
Yeah, boy. You look like Sailors, the kicker, looked like he had a pretty good leg. I'm not sure what his range is, but right now they're not thinking field goal.
No.
It's third down for the Warriors.
Looks like a little bit of a pistol formation here, kind of as Pickett will line up to his quarterback's right, straight back to throw out of the backfield. There's that man. Pickett with a catch, 30. 25 down the sideline, 20, 15. He'll get out of bounds and save time as that took only 8 seconds off the clock. And if you're the Rockets defensively, that is a mortal sin. You got to know where he is.
You got to have a spy on him.
He was wide open, and they look downfield, and all of a sudden you see the quarterback, Tilton Pickett, come off downfield, and there is Sam all by his lonesome with plenty of green grass ahead.
30 yards on the pickup.
Now they are knocking on the door again just outside the 13 with 37 seconds left here, second quarter. They'll work out of that gun. 2 to the left as they'll look that way. Pickett out of the backfield. There he is again. Pickett makes the defender miss. Race to the pylon. He'll win it. Ricky, that is so simple. They just did not cover him out of the backfield.
Nobody close to him.
Lined him up wing left. There were 2 receivers on the left side of the field. 1 in the slot, 1 far left side. They just flared him out. He waited for the reception. There was nobody in the Chapel Hill zip code. He eluded 1 tackler and raced it into the end zone.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts, and who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere. Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
you can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Completely devastated, we watched these great people immerse themselves in their faith and wrap their loving arms around their sons, Brad.
All right, welcome back to Chapel Hill. It's
coaches, classmates,
tonight
friends,
we're honoring
and myself.
Number
Rock
85.
solid and unyielding, they continue to be
Chad
dear
Franklin,
examples
the memory
of strong
of him
Christian
20 years
people to not
ago.
only
He
myself, but to everyone they reach.
his life on the
they are
football
truly
field
the kindest, most genuine people,
during
which is exactly what our
warm-ups of
friend
the game
Chad
with
was.
Watertown. And
Kevin,
as you see this
Rhonda,
large
Brad, and
gathering
Casey will always be family to myself and to
out
many
on the
others.
field as PA
Bonds
announcer
were forged
Coach
by
Burkett
pain, but are now held together by
explaining to
love.
the crowds the
Our parents rallied
event that
together,
happened 20
our
years
teachers,
ago.
principals, all the staff at
Beloved Chad
Forrest,
Franklin,
and Mr. and
his
Mrs.
great
Dean
family
Delk
support,
guided us the best way they knew how. Our chaplain,
community
Brother
support.
Larry Rojo Chapman, a pillar to not only
Coach
Holt's
Kyle
Corner
Stacy
Baptist
was
Church, but to this town and
head
football
coach of the
program as
Rockets
well.
at that time.
He
It
and
was
Miss Elaine held their hands over us every step of the
night
way
that,
and still continue to today.
that happened
A
here
modern
20
day John the Baptist,
years
we
ago
witnessed
in Chapel
Rojo
Hill.
baptize over 24 young people the following weekend. Thank God he's a Forrest Rocket. In true Rocket fashion, the
And
seniors
Coach
led our
Burkett
team and
described
we became stronger each week. We were a band of
things that
brothers
have
playing
been,
every game for 85, culminating in winning 4 region games and
going
making a
on before,
first-round
during,
state
and after
playoff
the
bid,
time that we
something that
lost
had not
Chad.
been achieved by the Rockets in some years. But it was so much more than football. We were a wounded unit, leaning on each other and helping each other to heal. Most importantly, we were led by the strong, humble men standing on the field with us tonight. The men we fortunately get to call our coaches, and the sweet, kind women they get to call their wives. Men that have molded us into the men we are today, and men that I will love and respect for the rest of my life. Our head coach, Kyle Stacy, our chief coach, Dick Cheatham, Coach Homer Jones, Coach Scott Delk, Coach Mo, Danny Morgan, Coach Trace Beasley, Coach Steve Luker, and fan favorite, Coach Tudor Paul. It was Coach Stacy's first season as head coach, and I felt that he led his staff and his team with grace. There was not a better man to fulfill the duties of head coach that season than Coach Kyle Stacy. Little did he know that what we undertook was way bigger than football and became something that would last a lifetime. The Rocket season ended that year in a first round against Ezell Harding, but the spirit of 85 has continued to live on through us all to this very day. We all went through this together as a family and as a team. Chad Franklin was a great person, loved by many people, and was so much more than just a football player. He was an intelligent student, a novice musician. He was an arm around your neck walking down the hallway, and he was a perfectly crooked smile to brighten your day. He was truly a friend to everyone. You would consider yourself lucky if your son was half the person as Chad Franklin. He is someone that my children know, but someone they've never met. The number 85 has since been retired by Forrest High School, and when you enter the front doors to your right, you can see his jersey displayed proudly to greet all who enter. Every year, the Franklin family chooses one senior boy and one senior girl to award the Chad Franklin Leadership Award, an award that embodies everything that Chad held paramount: athletics, academics, and what it means to truly be a good person. Last year's recipients, Braden Boyer and Addison Bunty, were a perfect reflection of such an award. Chad was a member of the class of 2004, a class of 85 students. We were very blessed to call him our friend, and we were very fortunate to call him our teammate and classmate. What the spirit of 85 means to me is to strive to be a good person, to be available for your friends, and to tell people how much you truly care about them and what they mean to you. This coming Tuesday, September the 27th, will mark 20 years since we lost our teammate and our friend, Chad Franklin. Let us keep his memory forever. Rocket fans, Warrior fans, if you are able, please stand and join us for an 85-second moment of silence for our Forever 85 Forrest Rocket, Chad Franklin. Thank you. Rocket fans, the Franklin family would like to extend a thank you to this great school, this community, and everyone here in attendance tonight. From the bottoms of their hearts, thank you for all the love and support. Thank God for the Forrest Rockets.
We were trying to catch a few of those balloons as they fluttered into the night sky here, and an emotional night for a lot of Rocket fans here. As very nicely done here at halftime, as you see the Franklin family embracing, and you see what a crowd of folks came back to honor here tonight.
Yeah, I hope you were able to hear. I think you were, the Coach Andy Burkett, as he made those words tonight, honoring number 85, Chad Franklin.
Folks, we got to apologize. I'm not sure. I've never had this happen before, and we'll have to just kind of know something has happened audio-wise that we've never had encountered before. Had to kind of shut down and come back on, but not sure what it continues to be. We can get it back up easily enough after signing off, but not sure exactly what's happening, what kind of bug is in the program here tonight, but we'll continue to monitor that situation. Apologize for that, and
please welcome the Marion
glad
County
that we were able to get on a large part of the ceremony here.
Yeah, I've got some stats. I hope you'll bear with me. That was kind of a touching moment there. It wasn't kind of, it was a touching moment. If you were there,
they will be performing.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
Make Me Smile.
If you weren't there, if you see this right here tonight,
here.
honoring Chad and the memory and his family here tonight, you get a taste of it, of what it is.
And Ricky, think about, you talk about Kyle, his first season, and have to deal with that kind of adversity.
Oh yeah, his first. Did Coach Burkett say that was his first year as head coach?
Yeah, I picked up on that, and I
Come
thought,
Majors,
wow.
your band ready.
And he is, of course, a mainstay here in Chapel Hill. Has been a great part of Coach Stevenson's staff and players and coaches.
You may take the field for your halftime
love him.
performance.
He is a rock, and he is just a great. You couldn't think of anybody better to have to lead you through a time of that kind of trouble other than Kyle.
Yeah, Coach, you can't beat Coach Kyle Stacy, man. Great guy. We're lucky to have him here in Chapel Hill. We stole him from the folks at Lewisburg, and folks, you can't have him back, but you can be proud of him. The man has done a great job all the years he's been here, and way to go, Kyle Stacy. We're glad he is here. He handled that Ricky's handled that job very well for the Rockets up here, teaching and coaching, and we're proud to have him. And again, remembering the memory of Chad Franklin here tonight, I hope you folks will continue to pray for that family and keep them in your thoughts on a daily basis. Please do that.
Most definitely, and well said, Ricky. A touching ceremony here at halftime as we watch the Marion County Band perform here at the break. We're going to take a break ourselves. We'll be back 28-20 Marion County here at halftime.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
And welcome back here at halftime as the band performs. Ricky, got a few stats for us, and boy, I tell you what, I'm looking at your pencils and your fingers. You've worked them to the nub here in the first half.
I've discarded a couple of lead pens here. If you wanted offense, we guessed that before we started, and that's what we got. Over 230 yards for both teams. The Rockets, 27 rushes, got most of their yards on the ground, 27 for 167. Passing tonight, very consistent. Ryan Hill, 7 of 9 for 70 yards. So that's a total for 237 for the Rockets. Marion County, they only rushed it 11 times. They got 98 yards on those rushes. 7 of 11 passing for 136 yards. They had 234 yards of total offense. They got a lot of return yards on some kicks for the Rockets. That set up all those scores that they had in tonight's game. So 237 total offense for the Rockets, 234 for Marion County. Both teams on pace for over 400 yards of total offense. That's a lot of watching. Your neck's going to be on a swivel here. It's going to go back and forth, back and forth. Let me go over the individual stats for you. Ryan Hill for the Rockets only had 2 carries of plus yards tonight. They were both touchdowns, 2 1-yard touchdown runs. But he had negative yards on the other 2. 4 carries overall for Ryan Hill for a negative 10 yards, but 2 of those, again, for touchdowns. Chris Davis went out with an injury. We're going to miss him carrying the ball as well. We're going to miss him on defense just as much. He had 4 carries for 43 yards, left the game after trying to make a spectacular catch on a pass play. I don't know that he ever came back, Troy.
No, he didn't.
To the game. I saw him on the stretcher table, and I don't believe he's returned.
Ricky, I just wonder, and I don't know, we don't have an official diagnosis, but you saw him twist back trying to catch the football, and he's already had some lower leg problems, knee problems. You just hope that's not the case, but he was in some definite pain down on the sideline.
Tayton Swift getting the call mainly tonight for the Rocket rushing attack. 11 rushes for Tayton tonight, good for 80 yards. He had a 5-yard touchdown run. Trying to get out of bounds on that last one, 25-yard carry to end the half. He ended up, again, 11 carries for 80 yards. Liam Bale, 6 carries for 44. Eli Bale, 1 carry for -2. Antonio Marable, quick feet. He had 1 carry for 12 yards. Rockets penalized 4 times in the first half. 3 of those, I think, were consecutive penalties during the stretch. 4 penalties in the first half against the Rockets. Pass catching for the Rockets tonight, and they had several of those. Carson Yates, again, you said, Troy, his favorite receiver. Hill's favorite receiver, 3 catches for 41 yards. Chris Davis, 1 for 13. Eli Bell, 1 for 11. And Tayton Swift, 2 catches for 5 yards. Individually for Marion County, Sam Pickett, 4 rushes for 15 yards. And number 26, Coach told us who number 26 was.
That is E.J. Wilson. I was
E.J.
actually got that one right.
you.
We didn't see a one. Coach said when I walked out the door, I grabbed him, and he said left his jersey at home.
All right, so E.J. Wilson, the steady ball carrier for him, he had some big runs tonight. 4 carries for 83 yards. One of those a 49-yard touchdown run the first time he touched the ball. Brady Leonard, 3 carries for 0 net yards in the ball game. Marion County again penalized the same as the Rockets. 4 penalties in the first half for Marion County. Pass catching for Marion County tonight, that's where they done most of their damage. Sam Pickett, 5 catches, 3 of them for touchdowns, 38, 16, and 13 yards. And all those catches put together, 5 catches for 127 yards. That's a season for a lot of players. Wow. 5 for 127 just for Sam Pickett. Braden Kofelt caught a 2-point conversion for 3 yards. And Brady Leonard, 1 catch for 6 yards in the first half tonight. The Rockets trail it here at halftime, 28-20.
Ricky, you feel like you've watched a couple of different games here. Early on, it was like the Rockets were going to come out and take this thing easily as they were just running through the Marion defense. But penalties, they've killed a couple of drives. You had Marion that tightened up a couple of times, stopped some Rocket drives. But once that offense got going for Marion, now it's the Rockets that have been back on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, 5 rushing plays went for minus yards for the Rockets. And I think let me see if I'm correct on this, 1 pass went for negative yards as well. So that's 6 offensive plays for the Rockets that have gone for negative yards tonight. You can't make it a good show of it when you're going backwards with the football, whether you're running the football or if you're pass catching the football. You got to go forward. And the Rockets had 6 plays out of, let me go back to my notes again, 6 out of 36 offensive plays, 6 of them go for negative yards, so that's not good.
Yeah, not good. Rocket Band of Blue performing here at halftime. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more here on TC Sports 1. Once again, your score here at halftime is the Warriors 28, Rockets 20.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Welcome back to Forrest High School here. The Rock, Murray E. Holton Field. Marion County leads the Rockets here at halftime by a score of 28-20. Rockets got on the board first in the first quarter with 8:26 to go. Tate Swift on a 5-yard run. Grissom's kick was good, and Rockets led 7-0. But Marion County came right back as Wilson goes 49 yards on the first play of their drive. Extra point was no good, and Rockets led 7-6 at that point. Right back, still in the first quarter, 4:34 to go. Rockets get it down to the 1. Ryan Hill takes it in from there. Grissom's kick made it 14-6 Rockets. Second quarter with 9:49 to go. Sam Pickett, here goes Sam, hooked up on a 38-yard pass reception from Tilton Pickett, and Brandon Kofelt caught the 2-point conversion pass and tied the score at 14. Just 5 or so minutes later in the second quarter, 4:53 to go, Sam Pickett again on a 16-yard pass from T. Pickett. Saylor's kick was good, and Marion County led 21-14. Rockets back on the board with 1:29 to go. Ryan Hill on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. Kick was blocked. Rockets trail it by 1 at that point, 21-20. Trouble is with that, they left a little bit too much time on the clock. Marion County with 28 seconds to go before half. Sam Pickett again on his third touchdown pass from T. Pickett. This time it's 13 yards, and Sailor's kick was good, and that's where we are at halftime. Marion County leading the Rockets 28-20 here at halftime. E.J. Wilson left his jersey at home. He's the number 26 that we were wondering who was. We thank the coach from Marion County for telling us that. He's got the bulk of the yards running the ball tonight, 4 carries for 83 yards. Leading rusher for the Rockets, Tayton Swift, 11 carries for 80 yards for Tayton. And we're here at halftime. Again, the Rockets trailing 28-20. Rocket Band of Blue just finishing their performance here at halftime. And I thank you folks for staying with us through our audio difficulty. I understand the video is pretty good, Troy, and folks are getting a good shot at the video. Troy's gonna continue. We are not gonna do it. I can't do it. Troy's gonna continue to work along with Peter to try to fix the audio part. And we thank you folks for bearing with us. And again, Rockets trailing here at halftime. I understand the audio is good. We've lost our scoreboard shot. But again, the Rockets trailing 28-20 as Marion County has come down from the hills from East Tennessee to present themselves as a formidable team here tonight. We're about ready for a third quarter action as the teams are back on the field. Marion County will receive the kick, and Gavin Grissom will kick deep. Marion County will be going south, left to right if you're watching here.
This has been crazy so far. Not sure what we've got, what gremlins have snuck into the system, but the scoreboard went down. We've had the audio go down a couple of times, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Normally things we don't have to deal with, and not really sure where we're getting the gremlins from, but we'll try to knock them down as they pop up here. Thank you for your patience as we get set for this second half. And, Ricky, we talked about it at the end of the first half. It was very important for the Rockets to try to keep that Marion County offense from scoring because the Warriors get it first here in the third quarter.
Well, they had 22 points in that second quarter, and Rockets couldn't stop Sam Pickett catching the football and putting moves on the Rocket defenders and getting in the end zone.
Ricky, I'm going to give you a stat here in just a sec. Pick up at the 20, center of the field. Oh, again, getting outside to the sideline, and that was an excellent, maybe touchdown-saving tackle by Aiden Cantrell. As once again, great return. Brody Leonard gives them excellent starting field position. Ricky, we're on a pace for these two teams to give up 1,000 yards between them. That is a pace of about 20 yards per minute.
That's a good stat.
If you like offense, we got it for you.
Yeah, both of them together, 237 and 234. That's 471. Yeah, whoo-wee.
We said whoever's defense could stop the other tonight would probably come out on top or slow them down. And after a great opening by the Rockets, it's been the Warriors who have rebounded here and played well. This time, Rockets defense gets the job done. Swift and I believe it was Tankersley coming up. That time they hammered E.J. Wilson. Lost a couple of yards, second down and 12. And, Ricky, as bad as that second quarter looked where you gave up 22, you think, hey, they may be down a couple of touchdowns. You look up, and they're only down 8.
Yeah, still in it.
A stop here would go a long way. This is kind of that same setup against Moore County where you come out of the locker room in the second half. You can make a stop here. You get a chance to give your offense back the football, and they've played well. Second down and 12. Here's that little pitch. Pickett coming outside, trying to get a blocker. Cuts it along the sideline, weaves his way up the field, and he'll pick up about 7. So it'll give him a much more manageable third down as he's taken across or taken out of bounds on that far sideline. So gain of 7, be third down and 5 now for the Warriors. And you want to use him in space. Once again, they had a lot of white jerseys as Pickett was coming to that left side of the field.
Ball at midfield.
tell you what.
Yeah,
they have leaned on Pickett. They know a good thing, and they have ridden the horse that has been getting them there in the first half.
That was a handoff, but it'll go down as a forward pass, a forward handoff, which is turned into a pass. That's his 7th reception for 134.
Rockets creep close. 5 on the play clock as they get the snap off. This one goes up the middle, and the Rockets are right there to sniff it out. That was a nice job up front. Reggie Pearson
Number 3, Brody Leonard
getting off the bottom of the pile, and now 4th down for the Warriors and decision time for Marion County. 4th and 2 at the Rocket 47.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep the offensive personnel on the field here. Once again, your punters have had a lonely night here this evening. Pickett this time will work under center. They'll line up, go straight ahead, and pick up that first down across the 45 down to about the 43. And Ricky, that was a well-designed, well-blocked play there. They needed 2. They got 4. They moved the sticks. And for the Rockets, would have been great if you could have stopped them there.
Yeah, Pickett got a running start that time and allowed the blockers to get their blocks laid, and great job picking that up.
Boy, they have used him in so many different ways here tonight. He has definitely been a Swiss Army knife for them, but he has excelled in every aspect of this game tonight. Now back to the gun they go. Give once again, trying to get to the corner in doing so. 40-35 down the sideline, Wilson. And once again, Ricky, they had a chance back here. Swift and Marable had a shot at him, but it was a really nice move by Wilson to get himself free, and he picks up a first down.
Yeah, a little shifty move, add a little speed in there. That's a great combination for successful running of the football.
Really baffling right now, Ricky. It looks like they are getting to the football and having the plays diagnosed well, stringing them out, but they are just not able to make the tackle as these elusive backs are really doing a great job. Wilson now with 99 yards on the ground. Rolling into the pressure. Middle screen set up, and the Rockets, after the initial pressure, had the center of the field very well covered that time as Yates, along with Durbin, and let's see, there was another blue jersey in there for the Rockets. Pickup of only a couple, but that one made pressure. The pressure from the right side really made that possible as they blew that play up. They wanted to hold that one a little longer to set it up.
2nd and 8, ball at the 25.
Yeah, Brody caught it, but Rockets were right there on the spot to make a good defensive play.
2 receivers to the left. They go back to the ground game, trying to pick his way center of the field. Back will get to the 25, be hit and fall forward down to about the 22. Durbin again getting off the bottom of the pile with some help from Yates. Another critical situation here. 3rd down and 5. Can this Rocket defense hold and get that offense back the football? 28-20 game as we approach the 8-minute mark left here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, both coaches made adjustments, so we might see a cat and mouse game here in this second half.
This 2-down territory for the Warriors. Swing it out in the flat. Pass caught with a head start. Now center of the field with a burst of speed. And all the way down inside the 10-yard line before finally being stopped. That's Brody Leonard one more time. And, Ricky, that is one play that the Rockets have not diagnosed as well. They just line that back up to the left or right of the quarterback, just flare him out in the flat, and there has not been coverage there. That's been successful 3 times now.
And that time hit him on the run, just made the play even more successful.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll return with more here on TC Sports 1.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
Rockets make the stop as they got back underway quickly. Fumble on the snap. Rockets with good penetration. And they make the stop back at the 10, so loss of 3. I think it was Blakemore who made the stop. So now it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 10. 7:05 as you see clock moving here, third quarter. Warriors trying to pay off the opening possession here of the third quarter. Settle in, wing right, back to the ground, straight up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage, twisting forward, down to about the 8, maybe the 7, where it'll bring up 3rd down and goal. And that time, Ricky, center of the field, not much running room.
Yeah, Rockets had an answer for it that time, as they guessed right and made a great play.
Yates again in on the stop. He has been a force on both sides of the football here tonight for the Rockets. 3rd down. Can they get the critical stop here? One receiver, Patrick, wide right. They'll swing it left, and that time all over it. Very glad to see they had Tankersley right there, and you know who they wanted to get it to, but Tankersley says, you know what, I'm going to get over here and make sure that I at least get you pushed out of bounds.
I believe we found our spy. It's Bryce Tankersley.
Yeah, 4th down and goal now. They'll have to go for the field goal, where they'll set it down at the 15. It'll be a 25-yard attempt. Sailors snap. They had to get it up. The holder had a little trouble, and the kick is no good, and the Rockets with a huge stop. Still, the Warriors lead it, but still, it's only 8, and you got a stop when you needed one desperately for the Rockets.
Yeah, big time stop right there as Marion County used 5 minutes and 46 seconds of the clock, came up empty. Great stop by the Rockets.
Gabe, you got something for us at the break. Let's see if you can go down and get what you found for us on the sideline just a few minutes ago before this play gets back underway maybe. We'll do it after this play. Critical injury for the Rockets as they come back out here. This time they're going to get in tight. They've been trying to bludgeon this Marion defense. Swift coming wide, and that time Marion equal to the challenge.
Number 2, Tayton Swift.
18, that was Givens, along with 42, Kaufelt
number 18,
on the tackle.
Givens.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
You see down on the sideline, Chris Davis, who took a spill early in the game over here on the sideline. They continued to work for him, and now he is on crutches and a leg or knee brace, so he will definitely not return, but hopefully he'll be back later in this season as they go back to Swift. Swift will cross the 35 out to about the 37. Pickup of about 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Number 2, Tayton Swift.
That's a big loss, not only as Burchell was early in the season, offense and defense.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
This defense, who was already suffering and had to move a lot of folks around, they sustain another key injury with the injury to Davis. 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 3 here. Back to the ground, trying to knife their way through the middle of the field. There were a lot of bodies there, and I think they'll be pretty close, actually, to picking up the 1st down with Liam Bell. Bell worked some magic in the first half, Ricky. He was dead to rights after a 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
And they're still going to need about half a yard. Big number 76 in the contest. They're going to put him up front and try to move everybody. Landon Showalter, 4th and half a yard, and I'm not sure they made it.
Ooh, second effort as the
that lean may have got it. Let's see.
Somebody from behind pushed him over.
Wow.
He was stopped.
He was. And the bad thing about it was I thought Showalter had fell on him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going anywhere if that big fella was on him.
Yeah, I think they had 14 men on the field, if you count Showalter that time.
Yeah, he's good for about 2 or 3 at least. If you've ever watched Varsity Blues, looks like Billy Bob. He just mans the whole front of the line. First down after the second effort by Hill. Keeps the drive alive and back to the ground with Swift. Following his blocks, breaks outside. It's a foot race down the sideline. Swift bumped out of bounds as he gets into Marion County territory. A touchdown-saving tackle by 24, Braxton Kofelt. And it's a first down, but once again, Swift able to elude a couple of tacklers, pops free. Down the sideline, he goes for another huge gain.
Official timeout.
We've got an injured Warrior, maybe a cramp back at the midfield stripe. That's Leonard, who has had quite a game himself tonight. While they attend to him, let's take a break. We'll be back here on TC Sports 1.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And we return here to the Rock Murray E. Holton Memorial Field, and this one has been a roller coaster ride. Both teams have had their ups and downs throughout. Right now, the Rockets trying to get back a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to get this one tied. Leonard will limp off the field with some cramping. I'm sure he'll return as they'll work on him. Do want to remind you tonight after the game, the 5th quarter at the Chapel Hill Church of Christ. After the game, get together there. You can have some fun and food after the game. Talk about, hopefully, a comeback win for the Rockets here tonight.
Yeah, and hopefully the good folks from Marion County, they've got a long drive home. Hopefully they'll be able to stop and join us with some refreshments before they make the long trip back.
Boy, I tell you what, they've brought a great crowd here tonight. Filled up the
yes, they have.
Filled up the visiting stands. Rockets bludgeoning the Warriors right now with the run game. Swift, they go back inside again. This time Bell.
Number 6, Liam Bell.
Bell finds a tough time in the center of the field, and we've got a late whistle, and a flag comes flying. This one's going to be on the Warriors. I think a little extracurricular activity there after the tackle was made. Looks like Givens is probably going to be the recipient of that personal foul. He was turning around and saying, hey, I didn't do anything. It was not me. But the officials right there on top of it, a little extracurricular will net the Rockets 15 more yards on the personal foul. And by the time they walk this one off, it's going to be all the way down at the Marion County 19. First down and 10 for the Rockets. Ricky, gut check time. You come back here after the way Marion County kind of punched him in the mouth in the second quarter and win this one. You got something to build on. Yeah,
it's going to be a great thing. They got to cash it in right here.
Give left side running hard, trying to elude tacklers, and doing so is Swift. Refuses to go down. They finally get him to the turf, but Swift just continues to punish those would-be tacklers.
I don't know where he got that burst of strength right there, but it's like hit me again, hit me again, hit me again. And he just fought him off and got it down to the 15.
It was as good a 4-yard gain as you're ever going to see. Swift having an outstanding game, 125 yards on the ground for him. They give scissor handoff, trying to bounce it outside. Eli Bell gets to the corner. It's a foot race. He'll cut it back inside, and he will strike pay dirt. Eli Bell. Ring the bell, young man. The freshman does it again. Eli Bell on the ground for the 3rd time, finds the end zone this season. And now the Rockets are a 2-point conversion away from tying this one up. Those guys that are carrying the flags, they are getting a workout. They're going to get, looks like Tyler Ayers is going to come in here late. They're going to put him wide right. He'll be the lone receiver in the set. Hill will turn, give, coming left, and finding the end zone. Rockets got a great job of blocking up front. Swift does the rest, just waltzes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And we got a brand new ball game here in Chapel Hill. 28-28, Warriors and the Rockets.
Oh, no, what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Key point in this contest, a battered and beleaguered Rocket defense holds. They force a field goal attempt, which is no good by Marion County. They take the bull by the horns, head right down the field, and tie this game up 28-28. And if you're looking back at a key point in the game, we just saw it a few minutes ago. That is what good teams do. They just gut out ways to win, and hopefully the Rockets have got a few more reserves to get themselves over the top.
8 plays, going 80 yards on that drive. Great bounce back by the Rockets.
Grissom will kick it high and short, and it'll go out of bounds. Not a bad idea. You definitely don't want to kick it long. Mr. Pickett, who they have done a pretty good job of bottling up here in the second half. They have really spied him well, Ricky.
Yeah, they put a spy on him. I think it was Mr. Tankersley there a couple of times.
If you're a Rocket fan, you don't care about that flag at all.
No,
you'd rather them start where they're going to start here as starting down deep into your territory after a long return.
They're probably going to add 5 yards to it. Let's see if they do. I'm still okay with that as well.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't want to put the ball in the hands of Pickett at all.
Or are they going to make us kick it again is what they're going to do.
I think they're going to say, let's kick it again.
Don't see that often.
You know what? If I got Forrest sitting back there, I'll let you kick it again.
I'm kicking it right at the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that was if it stays in bounds, it's actually almost like a long onside kick because nobody from Marion County came up to get it, and Rockets were all over the place like bees around honey.
We've seen G-Square, and you can tell he works on that a lot. We saw that excellent onside kick he had that we weren't able to recover, but he did his part, of course, there. And I'm thinking that was at Loretta, if I'm not mistaken. But they're going to get a shot again here, as Marion County will make them do it again. This one back at the 35 now, as G-Squared getting set to tee it up. Pickett's kind of lounging back at about the 15, knowing that full well he's not going to get a chance here.
No.
Only way he's going to get it if Cal Stanford breaks out and they lateral it about 16 times. Short kick again, but breaking through. Midfield stripe, 45-40, 35-30. Down the sidelines, and Bryce Tankersley with what could have been a touchdown-saving tackle as Ty Johnson on the return. Ricky, it doesn't make any difference what they do or where they kick it. Marion County's ended up on the Forrest side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that ball has a long time as that ball was up in the air, I don't know why we can't cover that one, though. I'm gonna
they overran it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on the Rockets there.
Ball to 28.
So Marion County starting at the Rocket 27 now. Let's see if this defense can come up big here again. They held on that last possession, forced the field goal, which was no good, gave the offense back the football, which they cashed in. Once again, out of the backfield, eluding a tackler, staying on his feet is Pickett, but that's what you got to do, Ricky. They just sold out.
Yeah.
That was Van Patten that got back there, and that's where they were gashed in the first half. So a nice adjustment by Coach Bridges and the defense at halftime to be able to defend that play, because he had just pretty much waltzed into the end zone a couple of times on that very same play.
Ball to 27.
Gain of only one.
Yeah, 7 catches now for Pickett.
2 receivers to the right. Now let's see what Marion County does to adjust back here. They go back to the ground with Pickett inside, and he will fight forward across the 20 down to about the 19, where to bring up 3rd down and 2. And Ricky, it's like, you know, each team says, hey, I'm going to take this away from you. What are you going to do to try to counter? That time they come back inside with Pickett.
Yeah, when they don't throw it to him, they give it to him on the ground. It's his 7th carry for 23 yards now.
Rockets had trouble with their personnel. They're going to be forced to burn a timeout. We'll take it with a score still tied at 28.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Teams both trying to adjust. We saw the Rockets really gash Marion early as they only had 3-4 down linemen. Rockets loading the box. They bludgeoned them early. Rockets then, of course, see Marion adjust, and now the Rockets trying to get back their mojo defensively as Pickett, little shake and bake in the hole. He'll pick up his first down and reach down to about the 12, where it'll be first down from there. Pickett just continues to impress, but it's been a game of transition. Each team trying a strength, other team having to respond and see how they can counter. It's been punch, counter punch.
It sure has.
Now the Marion County Warriors trying to land a blow here late in the 3rd quarter in a tie ball game. Pickett the back. Give Wilson off that right side and knifing in with Swift. Caught him in the backfield, took him down for no gain, and Wilson's hurt.
Talking about number 2, Tatum Swift.
Swift wrapped him up by the ankle, and I'm not sure whether he hit the turf with the other ankle or not, but he is down in some pain right now as the medical staff will come out attend to him, and while they do, we'll take another timeout in a tie ball game.
Know that with Apex Banking Online, you can access your accounts, pay bills, and send money to friends and family anytime. Our online banking feature gives you the advantage of secure banking right from anywhere. With our mobile app and online services, banking has never been more convenient. We're here to serve you wherever you go. Visit us in Chapel Hill or call 931-246-7105. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway.
And welcome back. 6 carries, 99 yards for the departed E.J. Wilson, as he is limping to the sideline, not sure about his status the rest of the way. 2nd down and 10 as they'll turn and pitch. Pickett coming left, looking for the sideline. Good job by the Rockets of stringing that one out as they just continue to push him toward the perimeter where Marable will escort him out of bounds. He'll pick up about 5, make it 3rd down and 5 as the clock continues to run here, 3rd quarter.
It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Ricky, got to feel like if the Rockets can hold here, that is a huge win for them.
Yeah, they had a good stop the last time Marion County had the ball on their first possession. See if they can do it again.
Rolling right, quick pass. Pickett with the catch. Eludes one would-be tackler. Cut down as he jumps over one would-be tackler into the air, and he'll land at about the 4.
On the reception.
He came down awkwardly.
Landed really funny there, yeah.
They came up with great penetration by the Rockets. Tankersley, who is banged up himself, gets in a hit. They're going to mark this thing down shy of the 1st down. And, Ricky, I'm trying to look along the perimeter. It looks like he's still a couple of yards shy from the sticks on the far side, but from where they have spotted the football, I'd say it looks like he's about a yard short. He's almost down to the 4.
Yeah, that drive started about the 12, so he's got to get another couple yards. Yard and a half, almost 2 yards, yeah.
So key 4th down, and this a big and critical juncture. Everybody wants to make sure they have everything diagnosed as well as they can. It'll be a timeout. We'll be back with more.
Timeout.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Ricky, big-time decision here for both of these squads. If you're the Rockets, you've got to make sure that 4 doesn't beat you here. Outside of that, Moore's over on the sideline, or excuse me, Wilson's over on the sideline. Their 2 main weapons tonight, you can take them away right here.
Yeah, they're kind of bunged up right now at this juncture of the ballgame, and this could be the game right here, like you said.
Yeah, I really feel like if the Rockets can stop them here, it would be back-to-back times without points, and with the way the Rocket offense is played, they can firmly seize control again. But this game is far, far from over. It has been an absolute roller coaster ride here at the Rock.
Tilton's yet to keep the ball or have a quarterback sneak or anything in the game. So with the other 2 guys out, maybe it's his turn to do something big here.
Pickett's out of the game. They're going to get some more personnel in, trying to get a player off now. As they've got some confusion now as Leonard does get off the field.
Confused indeed.
4th down. Hesitation, and that play going nowhere. Peyton Swift met him in the hole and dropped him cold. 13, Ashton Martin with the carry, and he ran headlong into Swift, who stopped him cold. Rocket football.
Rockets take over 1st and 10.
This defense has been beaten and battered here tonight, but the last 2 times they have stood the test in the red zone. A missed field goal on the last possession. On this possession, stop them on downs. They get it back in a tie game with 29 seconds left here in the 3rd at their own 5-yard line. Give out of the end zone, and this time not much running room as Swift able to pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8, and now the spotlight goes back onto this Rocket offense. Can they keep the momentum that the defense has gotten them?
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
They did a great job in converting after the last time. The Rockets defense stands tall. Can they do it again? Swift now with 17 carries and 130 yards. As that play will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. An exciting 12 minutes remaining here in Chapel Hill. We're deadlocked at 28.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
2nd and 8 as we return. 4th quarter set to get underway here at the Rock. We are locked in a death struggle here. 28-28 to begin this 4th quarter. 2 proud teams, a lot of tradition here, and neither one willing to go away. Give on that scissor, trying to get outside. Bell with the carry, crosses the 10 out to about the 13. And you thought for a moment, Ricky, you saw that crease of daylight, you thought he might be able to bust it free.
Well, he came close. He did look good for a second there.
And let's see where this is going to leave them. Ricky, they're going to back this up. We had a penalty marker on the play, evidently, that we didn't see.
Looks like it's going to be brought back. Yes, indeed.
I didn't there. The marker is way on the far side of the field.
Repeat 2nd down.
So now that's going to put it, it was an illegal block. So this is going to put it back inside the 10 again. All the way back at the 4. So 2nd down from there for the Rockets. Give out of the end zone. Swift trying to find a crease. Cuts it back upfield as there was good penetration to the outside. Made him turn it back inside. He found a little bit of running room, but it's still going to be a big conversion attempt here. 3rd down and long for the Rockets. Just underway here in this 4th quarter. It's turned into a little bit of a chilly evening here tonight as there is a great crowd on hand to watch at what has been a very entertaining contest.
To be holding against the Rockets. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Been a flag-happy bunch of referees out there tonight as well. They've had a great ball game, but then they have to get involved, and you could have left those guys at home maybe.
3rd and 11 for the Rockets. Can they convert? Man in motion, heel. Give, they're going to play it safe. Marion
Number 6
collapses that time. Bell on the carry as they try to go up the middle, and I can see that playing away. You don't want to turn it over deep in your own territory, but you almost got to feel like the one good thing out of it is you can trust your defense to get a stop. That you don't feel like you have to gamble here.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on stop so far. You got it. And last week we saw the second half. The defense rose up in the second half last week.
He will be punting from the shadow of the back of the end zone here, G square. Oh. And there is Mr. Pickett, stationed at about the 40. G square angling it out of there is going to keep it away from Pickett. It's going to be a short punt. It will take a little bit of a rocket roll, but they're going to down it at the 25-yard line, and this Marion County offense will trot on the field with excellent starting field position. Can this Rocket defense bow up one more time, Ricky?
Well, this would be huge right here from the Rocket 25.
Troy Cash and Ricky Sweeney missing our good friend Noble Mays here tonight. He is out of town on business. He'll be back with us next week when the Cascade champions roll into town. It'll be a key region matchup. We cannot stress the importance of next week, but we got some football to play here this week. Marion County gets a short field to work with here. is they're going to take a timeout. They didn't like what they saw. They're going to talk it over. We'll take a quick break.
Hometown banking. It's having your decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take the time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits while still being able to talk to a living, breathing human. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Number 21.
Got the play quickly back underway. They tried to go wheel route, and again, you're just trying to get it in the hands of Pickett. Overthrew him just a little bit, but it was open.
It was there, and they kept him in the backfield just enough, as you said, the wheel route, and here comes Pickett. He was open, just the other Pickett tilted just off a little bit on the pass. That could have been 6.
Yeah. You like the way they have had to be very creative to figure out some ways to try to get him the football. This Rocket defense has really kind of keyed on him, but they've still been finding a few ways to try to get him free. They use him as a decoy that time. Looked like they were going to go with a little short pitch. Came back inside and rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling down the field is number 6. That's big Taylor Sharper. And he'll pick up a first down for the Warriors. Ball will be spotted down at about the 14-yard line, and Ricky, really nicely done. That time they used Pickett as a decoy.
Yeah, I love the way that's a great play. You got to give him credit on that one. That was a good call.
Sharper had a head of steam, and he just barreled forward. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Down to the 14, a first down for the Warriors. Wilson in motion. He'll get it on the sweep. This one defended well, but he finds a crease. He'll fight down toward the goal line, and Ricky, I thought for sure they had that one diagnosed well and were going to stop it for no gain or very little gain, but Wilson found a crease on the corner, got a block, cut it back inside, and once again, this Marion County offense is going to be set up first down and goal from just outside the 2.
Well, they do. They're good at slipping tackles over there. The Rockets got them hemmed up, and then Wilson that time made a great move. Good to see him. Glad to see him back in the game. Glad he wasn't hurt bad enough to stay out of the game, but he's causing Rockets problems.
Love to see him be hurt just long enough to not be in on this drive. They go back to the ground, and this time they'll find pay dirt. It had been a while since the Warriors put it in the end zone, but they get the job done as Brody Leonard will take it into the end zone from 2 yards away, and the Warriors have retaken the lead. And don't take anything for granted here. The extra point try is upcoming. And we've seen a couple of misses from both sides here tonight as Sailors will step in to try to give them a 7-point lead. Snap, set, kick is good. So the Warriors, with a short field, take it 25 yards. They pick up pay dirt from 2 yards out with Leonard, and they take a 7-point lead with 9:31 left here in the 4th.
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital serves the veterinary needs of Marshall County. They've grown to a 4-doctor practice specializing in small animal medicine. They offer advanced medicine, surgery, and nursing care in a personal and relaxed environment with the utmost compassion for their patients. For your pet's grooming and boarding needs, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital. Call 931-359-5945 to schedule an appointment for your pet.
boy, Ricky, you look back and you think about the defense playing so well, but it's a tough ask to stop them from 25 yards out.
Yes, it is. That was a short field right there, and they got a couple of weapons, and they're using them both to their advantage. The Marion County team is.
Hey, still plenty of time left. 9:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Warriors have retaken the lead. Another short kick. This will be taken at the 30, 35, center of the field, 40. Out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And once again, Rockets with good starting field position.
Number 16, Bryce Tankersley on the return.
Tankersley picks up the return there and did a good job as he gets it to the 41-yard line and gives the Rocket offense good starting field position. And, Ricky, they say this a ton, but it may hold true here. Whoever's got the ball last may win this thing.
Yes, that's what it's looking like.
Can the Rockets reply with a score of their own here? 59 yards away from pay dirt as they begin this drive with Hill rolling right. He'll load it up, fire down the field. Got a man back there. Is Yates with a wonderful catch. Did he have the stickum on the end of his hands? He had fingertips out, fully extended, and cradled that football. The pigskin loves him tonight.
No chance to catch that ball. What a catch.
Yates put it over, Hill put it over the head of the defender. Yates with an absolutely beautiful catch. And now we've got a penalty marker before they get this one underway. What a huge play. They needed momentum, and they got it back right there.
42 yards on the pitching catch.
Against the Warriors.
They have found a weapon in Yates. He and Hill are definitely on the same page. What a catch by Yates. That is a big play when you need it. At the 18-yard line. Man in motion. They go back to the ground. Inside now, outside, and rumbling toward that sideline before being escorted out of bounds is Liam Bell. Bell doing the tough running between the tackles tonight. That time bounces that one wide. He'll make it down to the 15. Gain of 2, maybe 3. Bell now with 10 carries and 51 yards tonight. Second and 3 for the Rockets. Swift in motion, gets the carry, gets through the crack. He'll pick up his first down and more, as he will end up down at the Warrior 5. So not a minute off the clock, and the Rockets are knocking on the door. What a response here by Forrest. First and goal at the Warrior 5.
First and goal from the 5.
8 minutes plus remaining here in the fourth as they go back to the ground. Looking wide now, cutting it back inside is Eli Bell. He'll stretch it out, and they'll say he's down at about the 2. Bell, the freshman, as they are just trying to rotate backs. That was once a strength of this Rocket team. They had backs aplenty, and now with all the injuries, they're having to just get guys in to try to keep them fresh here at the end. Cohen Grissom out, Davis out. You're running out of options here.
Trying to piece it together.
Eli Bell's a pretty good option. He gets them down to the 2, second and goal.
Smeet Patel, I think, brought that play in right there at that time.
Liam Bell behind Ryan Hill. Lost the football. It is on the ground, and I think the Rockets got it back, but we've got a false start before it ever gets underway, and that's a blessing in disguise.
Well, yeah, because I think that wasn't going to turn out too good.
I was thinking the same thing.
Repeat. Second down.
Warriors have got the dark side of the moon back in. Big number 76, Landon Showalter.
That's a 7th accepted penalty tonight against the Rockets. They've had a couple more, 7 that were acceptance. Too many.
Back to the 7 after the penalty. Groenveld in motion. To Bell they go, trying to get out of a tackle. And that was a big play there as once again Sharper, he had the 10-yard gain that got him in position to score down on the offensive end. Here, he's able to corral Bell. He loses a couple yards. They're back just inside the 10 now, 3rd down and goal.
Ball at the 9.
You got to think, Ricky, 4-down territory here. What can they come up with as Van Patten will get the play in? Play clock at 15.
Man, it got him here, Carson Yates. I like a little rollout to him maybe in the end zone.
Van Patten wide right. Yates in motion, Bell in motion, and we've got another penalty. And I think this one offside on Marion County. I had waited for a second because I thought the official was going to call it that way, but then I thought he turned back our way, so I was scared to say anything for a sec. It'll get him a little closer, though. Half the distance will get him down to the 5. So now 3rd down and goal. And here, Ricky, you feel like with the way you bludgeoned them running the football, you feel like you can run 2 running plays here if you don't want to go past.
I think you're right.
Hill operates from the gun, rolls right, sets and fires into the end zone just at the pylon, and it is a touchdown. Peyton Swift reaches out and makes the grab, and the Rockets respond with a drive of their own, 59 yards. It took 3 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. The 2-yard scoring toss from Hill to Swift. And now we are a G-square point after try away from a tie ball game once again. Matlock on to hold. G-square for the point after. Snap a little high. Matlock got it down, and G-square hammers it through. We got a new ball game once more. Still 6+ left here in Chapel Hill.
Your score was 6:18 remaining in the ball.
You can't have it all. At Brooks Grocery, they've got farm fresh fruits and vegetables, a deli with a selection of freshly prepared favorites, Brooks specialties like Ava's pimento cheese and Adam's chicken salad, freshly made pies, cakes, and desserts. And who could possibly forget the best meat department you'll find anywhere? Great selection, online ordering, and friendly customer service. Brooks Grocery, the place you'll find your next favorite food.
Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
These teams continue to battle back and forth. Big plays abound on both sides. And you think in a 35-35 game, there hadn't been a lot of defense, but there have been some big defensive individual plays. Drives stopped, field goals missed because of it. Marion, of course, got stopped on 4th down at the 5 when they went small, ran one of their smaller guys into the center of the field, and the Rockets stuffed that one. Peyton Swift now has 19 carries for 136 yards, 1 receiving touchdown on the ground, or 1 receiving touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. As this one will nestle in, picked up just inside the pylon. Rocket coverage team gets down there, and finally they find a way to corner Pickett. He was waiting on that one to roll out of bounds. It kicked up just like a nice wedge by G-square. Pickett had to pick it up at about the 1-yard line, and by that time the coverage had gotten down there, gave him no place to turn. And on top of that, looks like we've got a penalty. And this is going to start them back at the 9-yard line.
Warriors take over 1st and 10. Ball at the 10.
So Marion County with an awful lot of real estate to cover here. 90 yards. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left here in the 4th quarter as they begin the drive in a tie ball game. Leonard out of the backfield. They'll run it to swing it out to him again, and the Rockets have gotten that play fixed. They had burned them early in the game 2 or 3 times on that little swing out of the backfield to the back. Rockets have had none of it. Liam Bell gets over there and takes Leonard out of bounds. Second down and 10 now for the Warriors. Got to stop them here. You got to get the football back and give your offense a chance here. Can this defense, who has gotten a couple of huge stops here in the second half, do it one more time? Swing it out quick again. Little shake and bake. Pickett at the 10, falls forward to about the 15. They had 4 or 5 blue jerseys in the neighborhood to limit his effectiveness. Reggie Pearson, Antonio Marable, Tate Swift, and more over there for the Rockets as they bottle Pickett up. It'll be a gain of 4. So we'll call it third down and about 6. Key third down upcoming. What do the Warriors have up their sleeve here? They'll line up Pickett slot left. That's pretty much all you need to know. Rolling right. Down the field they go. Got a man back there, incomplete. Wilson couldn't find it. Actually, not a bad pass from Pickett. But he turned the wrong way, did Wilson.
Yeah, it looked like he got lost in the shuffle there.
Yeah, couldn't find the football, and it'll bring up fourth down. Quarterback Pickett put some air underneath that one, gave his receiver a little time, but he could not find the football, and this Rocket defense stiffens again, and now Houston Matlock will settle in back there on what will be a big punt return here at the 45. Eli Bell drops back there to join him in twin safety. They'll kick it toward Matlock. It'll angle, he'll let it roll, and it will be down by the Warriors back in Forrest territory at the 43-yard line. So it ended up being a pretty good punt there with the roll.
The Rockets take over first and 10.
42-yard punt. Now the Rocket offense will take over with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter in a tie ball game. And
look who's warming up on the sideline.
Yeah, and Ricky, you think I'm crazy, but if you win this football game, you almost give a ball to the defense the way they have made big stop after big stop here in the second half.
I like the defense in the second half here. I really do. You're right on the money there.
Give Swift off that left side, and he'll pound it forward for a couple. And now Marion says, you know what? You took Pickett away from us. We're going to try to take Swift away from you.
Swift for the carry for the Rockets.
Gain of a couple. Second down and 8 now.
A little time-consuming drive here by the Rockets would be mighty fine.
Yeah, clock's continuing to move now.
Second and 8.
I didn't keep up with the timeouts, but Marion County's used a couple, I think.
Yeah, they've only got one left. He'll roll into throw. He'll tuck it and run now. Lose the first would-be tackler. Gets across the 45 and down at about the 47. 42 and on the stop. That's Braden Kofelt. Got some help, and now another key third down facing the Rockets. Third down and 5 here for them as they must reach the Warrior 47. It'll be spotted down on the Rocket 48. 3:39 as you see on the screen. Clock moving here in a tie ball game. Ayers receiver short side right. 2-back set as they will drop straight back. Looking to swing it out in the flat. Swift cannot make the grab. And is that a lateral? Marion County gets on it as if it is, but I think Hill was safely backpedaling enough. It was a forward pass.
He was real close to the 30 there. Do you go for it here?
No.
I'm with you.
But and there's a thought to this where they're going to talk it over. I think they're actually going to send the punt team on. There's a thought here, Ricky, where you say maybe they score and game over. But I think, too, you think about it, defense has stopped them when they've had to here in the fourth quarter. So you're having some trust in your defense here as they'll punt it away.
I was going to say we lost a yard on the incomplete pass, but now they're going to adjust it back to the 48. That's where it belongs.
Pickett back at the 23 to await the G-square punt. And you better believe this one won't be in the same zip code. He's going to get it out of there. Pickett trying to anticipate it. He's going to get it on the run, but G Square did a nice job kicking far enough away from him. Even the sliding Pickett, as he held on to it, he was down. So they'll start 80 yards away here with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Warriors are take over 1st and 10.
We do want to remind you, next week, not only is it the Forrest Fish Fry from 5 until 7, sponsored by Apex Bank, it's Cascade rolling into town for a key region matchup next week. Still unfinished business here at the Rock. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter of a 35-35 ball game. Troy Cash and Ricky Sweeney. We are joined by Peter Wilson and Gabe Hall as well. Your TC Sports 1 broadcast team tonight, minus Mr. Noble Mays, who is away on business. He'll be back with us next week. Glad you're with us and hope we have a fantastic Rocket finish as they go back to Pickett. Knifing his way through the hole, and he gets upended, taken airborne, flipped ahead, and he'll end up picking up about 5 yards on the play. Who got him airborne?
Number 4, Pickett on the carry.
I'm not sure who got him off his feet.
Yeah, couldn't tell from here. They've taken some licks out there tonight.
It may have been Tankersley. It looked like he was walking away from the scene of the crime there, so we'll give him credit for the tackle. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 as the clock now continues to move. Under 3 minutes and counting. 2nd and 4, back to Pickett. Picking his way outside. It's going to be a holding call, and this one's going to come back. He was going to be very close to his first down, but the Rockets had strung it out. Pickett was trying to be patient, but there's going to be a hold right in front of the official. 52, Caden Stewart is going to be called for the hold. And that is a key penalty.
Flag is going to be holding against Marion County.
Stymies the attack momentarily for the Warriors. For the Rockets, it gives that defense maybe a little more room to pin their ears back here. It's going to be dropped down at the 19.
Repeat 2nd down.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 12 as they've got to get just outside the 30. Second down as they go back to the air quickly. The little slant, no good. Incomplete there as that one dropped short of E.J. Wilson. Nice idea, but the execution not what they wanted there. 3rd down and 12 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, Tilton Pickett didn't look to be as sharp. He's been right on the money most of the night. I don't know if he's getting tired, but that ball was not him. He's had a great game tonight. That ball was not thrown correctly there.
You see the manimal at the bottom of your screen there, Durbin, 61. You got to think maybe they're going to try to unleash him and get him in Mr. Pickett's face here on 3rd down. Bell coming up on the edge as well. They're showing pressure. They'll bring it. Rolling right. Pass is incomplete. Another beautiful stop by this Rocket defense. It was the Warriors shooting themselves in the foot with another penalty. But a good job of bringing the pressure. Pickett giving ground. He had to unload incomplete, and now the Rockets will get a chance for their offense to win it.
Well, if we could get one of these 2 young men back here to field this punt and give us an extra 5 or 10 yards, we're going to be in a plus territory as well on our last drive.
Well, and you're thinking, too, G-square territory.
Yeah. Just 5 or 10 yards on the return.
Yeah, they're sitting at the 47 right now, so you don't need an awful lot.
Field this thing.
Snap good, punt away. Angling down the field, it's going to hit a Marion County player, and that will give the Rockets some much-needed field position.
Yeah, that ball was still rolling. Thank you, sir.
That would have had another 10 yards probably at least on it, but as it is, it's going to be in Marion County territory at the 47-yard line. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left here as the Rockets will begin this drive. And Ricky, right now, you find out what you're made of. Rubber is going to meet the road right here. Can you will yourself to a win? This defense has provided stop after stop in this second half. Can the offense win it here?
I like a G-square field goal to end it all.
1st and 10 from the Marion 47 to Swift they go. Tries to get outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. And both of these teams, as we said earlier, have kind of just said, you know what? We know who your best player is. We're going to identify them, and we're going to take them out of the game. Now how are you going to beat us?
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up the 2nd down.
2nd down and 10 now. Clock continues to move, as you see on the screen at the bottom. They go inside scissor. Marable trying to get outside. Excellent pursuit. And drugged down for a loss of a couple on the play. And there's that number 6 who has been a pesky defender. That's Sharber once more.
Number 3, Antonio Marable.
Excellent pursuit, and he is dinged up. He's going to walk off, kind of limp off. I'm not sure if that was an ankle. He's going to stay in the game.
Third down. Ball at midfield.
3rd and 13 now for the Rockets. They're just going to let the clock continue to milk down. Remember, Marion has only one timeout, Ricky.
Yeah, can we go to Yates here one more time?
Big play here as they will motion.
Almost looked like we were confused.
Yeah, I think they were confused. Both Marable and Swift coming in motion, and Coach Eli Stevenson has to take a timeout. They've got only one left right now, Ricky, and the good thing about it is if you're the Rockets, you've milked the clock down now under a minute. So maybe you still got a couple of plays. If you go past play, then you're faced with a big decision. At 4th down, maybe you've eaten enough time off the clock, and Marion with only one timeout, you can punt it away and play for overtime. But really right here, if you're going to give your offense a chance to win it, what do you got in the playbook here at 3rd and 13?
Yeah, 13 yards to go. Do you go for it if you get like 10? Do you go for it if you get it down to the 40? Makes it 4th and 3? I don't know. Got a couple of options.
I'm going to be honest with you. Right here, if I get it within 2 or 3 yards of that first down, I'm going to take a chance. I feel like I get out of bounds, throw a side or a corner route, and get somebody out of bounds 5-10 yards up the field. You got a shot from there with Grissom because we saw him attempt one from 52 last week. He made one from 47 that was nullified due to the illegal procedure on the Rockets. He backed up and tried the 52-yarder after that. So, he's got the leg.
Against the Warriors.
It all comes down to what can they get here.
Yeah, the 47-yarder he made, that was good, but nullified by the penalty. Would have been good from about 55.
I think so, too. He had plenty of distance on that one.
The wind's not much of a factor either way, if at all. It's been blowing out of the north here all day. It did all day at the golf course. There might be a slight breeze up, blowing a little north, but he's got the leg for a 52, 55-yarder.
What can the Rockets find here? 3rd and 13. Heel straight back. Looks and fires toward the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Defender and Bell get tangled up, but no flag there as both were trying to come back to the football, so it'll bring up 4th down. Now,
pass falls incomplete.
Feel like here you got to punt it away. Marion County still has only one timeout remaining. Remember that. 47 seconds left. They're probably going to get it back. If Pickett, you kick it away from him, you probably take another 4, 5, 6 seconds off the clock, so they're probably going to get it back somewhere around the 38 to 40-second mark.
Yeah, that incomplete pass stopped the clock, gave Marion County just a little bit of extra time to do something with it. We'll see if they can do that or the Rocket defense can step up.
Pickett back at the 15. Grissom, this one's center of the field. Pickett's got a shot from the 15 to the 20, trying to get outside, and he'll take it down at about the 21-yard line.
This is punt fielded by number 4, Pickett.
As I believe it was Durbin who was bearing down on him.
Over 1st and 10.
So now the Warriors have 37 seconds left here with one timeout. You got to feel like, Ricky, everybody in the house, it's probably the worst kept secret here. You got to find number 4.
You better put one of those homing devices on him. Those GPS things.
Because he is definitely capable. We have seen him make big play after big play here tonight. But this Rocket defense, who gave up 22 in the second quarter, they have really tightened up and made some big stops to keep them in it here in the second half.
It's got 9 catches for 143 tonight so far.
1st and 10. They'll go to the ground, straight up the middle. Big hole. And who is it? Pickett sidesteps a tackler. He's on his way. Pickett, can they catch him? Down the sideline he goes. Pickett, touchdown. They had a couple of chances to get him, It looked like they were going conservative, but when you got number 4, nothing is conservative. 79 yards to the house. And in stunned silence, this Rocket crowd says, well, if you're looking at the bright side, it didn't take that long to score. We still got a chance.
Wow, what a run. 79 yards.
Ricky, he's over 100 rushing, over 100 receiving now after that touchdown. We'll take a look. We'll keep it here after the extra point try, and we'll talk about Mr. Pickett's stats as the point after is on the way and good. 42-35. Pickett with 11 carries for 120 yards. On top of that, in the pass catching department, he has 8 receptions for 143 yards. Ricky receiving, he has 3 touchdowns. Rushing, he has 2. No, is it 1 touchdown or 2? Did you get a second one? No, 1 touchdown. So he is accounted for 4 of the 6 Warrior touchdowns tonight. What an outstanding individual performance by Pickett. Now the Rockets with 22 precious ticks of the clock remaining. And, Ricky, they had to take a timeout on that last possession. You didn't think it was going to matter much then. It's going to matter a little bit now. Only 1 left. G-square won't do you any good here. You got to get 6. What a game this has been, and what a weird way to end it if indeed that ends up being the final score. You have to tip your hat to Pickett. He broke a couple of tackles, and once he got free, you knew it was not going to be a good sight for the Rockets. Sailors to kick it off. You got to think he's going to probably try to take it down the sideline deep as he can. Yeah, he'll angle it that way. It'll be taken back at the 20. Center of the field, 25, across the 30, out to about the 33, 34-yard line. Antonio Marable on the return. 19 ticks of the clock remaining now. Ricky, hook and lateral, what do you think here?
Yeah.
You got to find something creative here.
You do. Yeah, we haven't seen the I don't know if I don't want to give I'm not going to give the coaches play away, but there's a play that we haven't seen all year that I would love to see called.
Well, I'm figuring if we hadn't seen it, now may be the ideal time to break it out.
Yep.
If you're not holding it for anything else, do it right here. Bell will settle right wing as they'll roll to throw. Looking down the field, Hill comes in the middle of the field, gets it to the midfield stripe, and dragged down is Ayers. Ayers on the catch. They got to get back to the line quickly. It'll stop momentarily with 11 seconds left. They got to spot the football, get the chain set, and here we go. 10, 9. Hill will spike it there with 7. Now, Ricky, 2 plays at most. If you get a quick one, and I think here what you're looking at is you've got to get down to about the 25 or 30-yard line to give him a shot to throw the jump ball. You've got to get something quick and get out of bounds.
Absolutely.
1 timeout still remaining, though, for the Rockets. Hill could probably get it in the end zone. I would say if you got it down to the 35, let him drop back, he could probably get it down to the goal line and give you a shot at the jump ball. He's rolling now. He's got to scramble around. Doesn't want to take a sack. This will be the final play. He's rolling, and he eludes 1 tackler, and now he's going to be taken down. Once he got past the line of scrimmage, he had no choice but to try to run it, and Marion County converges and takes the young freshman down to end this one. A wild affair here at the Rock has drawn to a conclusion. The Marion County Warriors have made the long trip from Jasper. They keep their overall record unblemished against the Rockets. They now go to 5-0 against Forrest, but it was not without a big-time struggle here tonight. 42-35 your final. Marion County goes to 3-3 on the season. They drop the Rockets to 3-3. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back to wrap this one up here from Chapel Hill.
Oh no, what I would do without you to show me the way and the truth. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. If I didn't have you.
Your local agents, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Wow. That's all you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Two outstanding individual performances tonight. Tayton Swift, 21 carries, 138 yards on the ground. He had one pass reception for a touchdown as well tonight, as Swift hauled that one in down on the goal line from a couple of yards away. He ended up with 3 catches for 10 yards on the night, of course, one of them being that score. But in the end, it was Sam Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
He did it all for the Warriors tonight. I think he is only a sophomore. Maybe they need to give him a hardship rule and let him go ahead and graduate, or we don't need to play them again next year. That young man.
Transferred to Chapel Hill.
Oh, really? We would take him in a heartbeat. He was an outstanding player, and what a performance he had tonight. Over 100 on the ground, over 100 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns to his credit. 3 on the ground, 1 receiving score, but it was his 79-yard touchdown run with under a minute left that proves to be the game winner. And it is the Warriors going back to Jasper at 3-3 with a 42-35 win, Ricky.
Yeah, and quarterback Ryan Hill, 10 of 14 tonight for the Rockets. So another consistent game of passing game for Ryan Hill. I was pleased with the young man's effort tonight on the Rocket side. And Pickett, boy, what a great game he played. And as well as E.J. Wilson, he ended up with over 100 yards. He had 111 yards for Marion County. So a great game on both sides. It was a track meet after all.
Ricky, as you continue to get the final stats, I'm going to flip the switch a little bit here. We're going to go to next week for a few moments. You got Cascade rolling in here next week, and you circle a game on the calendar that's a must-win. Next week is an absolute must-win for the Rockets. They are going to be underdogs to Richmond and Mount Pleasant. I'm not saying that they can't beat either of those teams, but they are going to be underdogs. If you lose next week, you are in serious jeopardy of not making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
So that, of course, I'm sure will be talked about a ton. Not only is it a huge rivalry game, you have basically your season on the line next week when Cascade comes to town. And, you know, as you continue to work there, Ricky, we're going to take a look, a few scores around the area and try to get a little feel for what's going on tonight. Cascade just hammered Community. Of course, we expected that one. Cascade 46-0 over the Vikings, and you wonder how much Cascade got their offense together, or whether they just rolled over an undermanned Viking team. But they get the job done. They go to 3-3. So both teams will square off at 3-3 next week as they'll meet here at Forrest. Fayetteville, they take care of Collinwood 59-7. Speaking of Fayetteville, I'll use my little bridge here. Fayetteville Middle School will be here on Thursday night as they will take on Forrest Middle School for the conference title. We'll have that game for you right here on TC Sports 1. Our broadcast will begin at 6 with kickoff at 6:30. Other scores of interest, Eagleville running homecoming for the Cornersville Bulldogs. It's the Eagles flying down to Cornersville and flying out with a 28-14 win. Also tonight, in other scores, Huntland beats Lookout Valley 28-7. That, of course, an old DRVC opponent. Lewis County defeats Loretta 28-17, the final there. Ricky, you got to be looking ahead right now. Loretta, with the way they are playing, they would hold the tiebreaker over the Rockets, but they have kind of hit the skids here as of late.
That's surprising because they've got some talent down there on the offensive side of the football, and I don't know what's going wrong down there at Loretta, but they impressed me when they played us.
Summertown, good homecoming for the Eagles. They take care of Ezell Harding 30-7. Moore County moves to 5-1 on the year as they hold off a scrappy Wayne County team. Wayne County gives them all they want, but it ends up 34-25 Raiders there. Looking ahead, Decatur Riverside, who the number 4 team out of our region is going to see in the playoffs, they hung 70 tonight on Camden. 70-27 Riverside, so you don't want to be a 4 out of this region if at all possible. We have seen them before. This time, if you saw them, hopefully we won't finish a 4, but if you did, you'd have to see them at home in the early playoffs, and that's not somewhere you want to be. So, tonight was important. I think the Rockets showed a lot of heart here tonight, even in the loss. They give themselves something to feel good about that defensively. Other than that break late in the game, the defense played well enough to win in the second half, but tough luck for them, and Marion County able to pull out the victory. Richland, one final score we'll pass along of interest tonight. They lead FACS at halftime. Last score we got 27-14. Ricky, I'm going to look, trying to find the Columbia and Mount Pleasant score. That'll give us all of our region matchups tonight. Let me see if I can find that one as I scroll here. Right now, this one is final. Columbia beats Mount Pleasant by a final of 32-20. Coach Bobby Sharp picking up his second win there with the Lions. Ricky, take it away with our final stats.
All right. Thank you, Troy. Rockets rushed it 48 times tonight for 253 yards. Quarterback Ryan Hill, 10 of 14 passing, no interceptions, 136 yards. Total offense for the Rockets, 389 yards. That'll win you most of every ball game that you play, except we're playing Marion County tonight. Marion County, 27 rushes for 252 yards. Quarterback Tilton Pickett was 15 of 24, no interceptions tonight. He had 167 yards. Total offense for Marion County tonight. They go over the 400 mark, 419 yards of total offense for Marion County. Individually for your Forrest Rockets, Ryan Hill, 7 carries for -2 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Chris Davis left with an injury. We're going to miss him on both sides of the football. 4 carries for 43 yards. Tayton Swift, 21 carries, 138 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. Liam Bale, 11 carries for 49 yards. Eli Bale, 3 carries for 16, and Eli had a touchdown tonight. And Antonio Marable, I like the young, strong, quick legs of him, 2 carries for 9 yards. Individually for Marion County, Sam Pickett, 11 carries, 120 yards, 79 of those back-breaking yards for the final touchdown that won it. 79 yards to win it. He had 11 carries for 120 yards in the ballgame. E.J. Wilson, 7 carries for 111, so they had 2 runners with over 100 yards tonight. Great balance by Marion County. Brady Leonard carried it several times. He had 7 carries for 2 yards. He had a 2-yard touchdown run. Ashton Martin, 1 carry for -1. Taylor Schwarber, 1 carry for 11. Pass catching tonight, good numbers for both teams. Carson Yates for the Rockets, 4 catches for 83 yards. Chris Davis, again, left the game with an injury. Chris caught 1 ball tonight for 13 yards. Eli Bell, 1 for 11. Tayton Swift, 3 catches for 10 yards, and one of those was a 5-yard touchdown catch. And Tyler Ayers, 1 for 19. Pass catching for Marion County, Braden Kofelt caught 1 catch for 3 yards. That was a 2-point touchdown conversion. 2-point conversion after the touchdown, rather. Brady Leonard, 4 catches for 23. E.J. Wilson, 1 catch for -2. And again, the star of the game, Sam Pickett, 9 catches for 143 yards for Marion County. And they do defeat the Rockets late here tonight, 42-35.
Wow, just tip your hat off to an excellent performance. You want the Rockets to win desperately, but what a performance by Pickett. Over 200 150 yards of total offense from that one young man alone. 120 on the ground. He picked up another 143 through the air. So 263 tonight for Pickett as he powers the Warriors back to 500. They win by a final of 42-35 here tonight. Once again, next week, do want to remind you, everyone get out early. Get your fish fry tickets, the 6th annual Forrest Fish Fry, to benefit the Forrest School. All the proceeds going to Forrest High School. $12 tickets available at Apex Bank. Also, of course, you can come here as those tickets are $12 each. Get a little fish, have a little fellowship from 5 to 7, and then it's the Cascade Champions rolling into town. You talk about getting down and dirty. Next week will be it. Both teams, a lot on the line next week. It'll be a short week for the Rockets as they, of course, get ready. Middle school action, we'll have it for you on Thursday night as the middle school Rockets will take on Fayetteville for the conference championship. Once again, 6 o'clock for our start time on Thursday. We'll be back with you here at 6 on Friday as well as the champions will roll into town. For Ricky Sweeney, this is Troy Cashin. I want to thank again our young student helpers, Mr. Peter Wilson, Mr. Gabe Hall did an excellent job once again here tonight. We'll be back with you again next week. Until next time, for Ricky, this is Troy Cashin. God bless you. Have a good night, everybody.